It was a magnificent opening stand of 120 between then captain Stephanie Taylor, who made 59, and present captain Hayley Matthews, who made 66, that were instrumental in carrying West Indies to a comprehensive 5-wicket win over Australia in the final of the Women's T20 Cricket World Cup in 2016. In 2023, Australia made over 200 runs in Australia. And once again, Hayley Matthews with a magnificent 130 odd, and Stephanie Taylor with 60 odd, carry West Indies to victory over Australia. Of the 19 T20 internationals that have been played between these two teams, those were the only two occasions that West Indies have won. On both occasions, they won batting second. And it was no surprise that Molyneux, after winning the toss, asked West Indies to bat first. And it was also no surprise that Hayley Matthews said that she would have batted first. Hello, everyone. This is the Cricket Forum. It's the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to your interactions as we go through this watch-along of Semifinal 1 in the 2026 T20 Cricket World Cup. West Indies are batting, and the first delivery was stroked elegantly through the covers for 4, and the next one was played down to the fielder on the backward point boundary for another single, and West Indies are 5 without loss after 2 deliveries. Australia are the heavy favorite to win, but we have beaten them in the past. And although on those 2 occasions we batted second, history is always there to be made. And hopefully, history will be made again today. One change to the West Indies playing 11, Charisma Ramarak is replacing Ashwini Munisar in the West Indies playing 11. It is not a change that I agree with, but I can understand the thought process of the management of the team seeking to get in experience in this crucial semi-final match. Well, the semi-finals are always crucial. So Hamilton, the left-arm seamer, is on our way ball to Quiana Joseph, who turned this away through square leg, and they will get a single. The score goes up to 6 without loss. So 6 without loss. The captain said it's a good pitch to bat on, but she would have bowled first, which is understandable because you always want to do that. So 6 without loss, West Indies, and I thank everyone for being here. I encourage you to become a member of our club on Patreon and support live streaming of independent live streaming of cricket in the West Indies. Matt just tucked that into the onside, and the return came in at the keeper's end because Quiana Joseph was lumbering. She got there though, 7 without loss at the end of over 1. 7 without loss at the end of over number 1. Good morning to you, Garth Ains. How are you? Happy to have you here. Banana Brooks. Yes, I saw that. I saw that Banana Brooks, that she was being carried off, and I wanted to ask if anyone knew what was happening, or did the commentators said anything about what has been happening? Because as you know, Banana Brooks, I cannot really listen to the feed. Well, it will be a thing of discretion on the part of the Australian captain. I think only the Australian captain can allow a substitution. So I'm just going from the MCC rule. I down the leg side, wide signal, 9 without loss. So why did they break for the advertisement? Because they break for the advertisement, I thought the over was finished, but the over was not finished. Yes, the over was finished. 8 without loss. Yes. So Gart. So Gart, Kim Gart, the right arm quick, bowls to Matthews is off the back foot, cannot beat cover, and there is no run. Surprisingly. So I'm gonna give you the field as quick as I can. Give you the entire field and see how it goes. Is this a no ball while they're shining on the umpire because the match just start? Okay, it's because the match just starts. So Ratty, she's not a bad umpire, you know. She is not bad, and this Kim Cotton is also not a bad umpire either. So two good umpires for this semi-final. Garth Matthews, she flashes outside the half stump and goes through to the keeper as that ball seam, and it looked like this 2:30 p.m. start in of this semi-final match is probably too early for a semi-finals. And I must tell you, after this over, I will tell you why this match is starting 2 o'clock. Why 2:30? It's 8:30 in Jamaica, but 2:30 in England, and it all have to do with India. Kim Garth comes in, bowls to Matthews, edge between the keeper and the first slip down to the boundary for 4. She was on the back foot. She cuts, hedge it in the gap down to the boundary for 4. Some would say lucky. West Indian fans will say hug up 4. So hug up 4, 12 without loss there. West Indies in over number 2. She was on the back foot and she was looking to cut. So I see there that there's a cover and there's an extra cover and there's a mid-off. So let me give you the field. So there's a slip, there's a sweeper square, then there's a cover, extra cover, and a mid-off, and there's a short third man. As Matthews off the back foot guides this to the short third man, Kriana Joseph comes through. She gets there. The keeper did not collect backed up in the onside. So there's it. A first slip, a short third man, the sweeper square on the backward point boundary, the cover, extra cover, and the mid off. So that's the 6 on the offside. So there are 6 on the offside. I am assuming that there's a deep backward square leg. There's definitely a mid on and there's a short fine leg. So for Kriana Joseph now, there's a deep backward square leg and there's a deep mid wicket on the onside. There's also a short fine leg and there's a mid on, and then there are 5 in the circle on the offside. So that will be short third man, backward point, cover, extra cover, and mid off. So the 5 on the offside for Kriana Joseph is the short third man, the backward point, the cover, extra cover, and mid off. There you see them. And then there's a short fine leg and there's a mid on, the deep mid wicket, and the deep backward square leg. That's the field for Kriana Joseph. Kim Garth is over the wicket and she bowls to Joseph, and Joseph turned this into the onside. They're looking for a quick single. It's not on as the bowler covers her ground and picks up. The score remains at 13 without loss in over number 2. One delivery to come in over number 2. West Indies 13 without loss. Australia winning the toss and asking West Indies to bat first. Yeah, so that's so that's the state of the game at this time. West Indies 13 without loss. So Kim Garth is over the wicket. He's in, bowls to Kriana Joseph, who looks to pull, and she pulls down backward of square leg. The fielder won't get there. She does. Wow. For a moment, I thought she wouldn't get there, and they're coming back for the second. Kriana Joseph gets back for the second. Good work there on the boundary. So 15 without loss. I just never knew she was going to get there. I thought it went into the boundary. 15 without loss. So when they were setting up the schedule or the fixtures, depending on how you interpret these things, this 12:30 fixture, which is 8:30 Jamaica time, which means it is 7 o'clock in the evening in India. So right now it's 11 minutes past 7 in India in the evening, prime time. So this match, India was supposed to be playing it. It's as simple as that, while West Indies is playing so early in the 2:30 sun. Well, let's see why this semifinals is being played at this time, because it's now 12 minutes past 7 in the evening in India, and India was supposed to be playing in the semi-final. Matthews cut that the arm ball off her stump as Molyneux get it, but it was what you'd call it expertly played down to the cover boundary by Matthews for 4. That was the arm ball. She gave herself a little room, the right foot going back, and she just guided past backward point down to the boundary for 4. It was off the middle and half stump, you know. If she had played that any later, she would have been bowled. Molyneux. First up was her arm ball. Well bowled, girl. She comes in now, bowls to the West Indies captain, who swung this away, down back with a square leg for 4. Lovely shot. She moves up to 19. West Indies on 23 without loss. 23 without loss in over number 2. Yeah, so that's the only reason why this match is playing so early, you know, was because it was pre-designed that India should have been in semifinals and would have been playing this match. What can go so? That's why you have to play the game on the field. Can you imagine that? Taken on the pad and it bunks out, bunks out into the offside and there's no run. What can go so? Yeah. That's why the game have to play. That's why the game has to play. You know, it doesn't play on paper. Molyneux, the left arm orthodox spin around the wicket, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews pulled down to deep mid wicket for a singer. The score goes up by 1 to 24 without loss. Yes, so they thought that India was going to be in the final, in the semi-finals. They were so sure about it that they scheduled this match for prime time India. So as a result, they have to encounter in Australia and West Indies playing this match. Can you imagine? So, same Molyneux over the wicket bowls to Quiana Joseph, who turn it into the onside. The return comes in, she reaches, and they go up by 1 to 25 without loss. 25 without loss, and she's been asked to run off the pitch. You can imagine Quiana Joseph running down the middle of the pitch. Molyneux round the wicket, bowls to the West Indies captain, who cuts, cannot beat backward point, 25 without loss at the end of 3. 25 without loss at the end of 3. Gary Stewart, so we're going to teach Australia a harsh lesson. Okay. Gully side, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Desmond Gardner, big up. Yeah, Manor Park, good morning to you. Patrick Lambert, happy to see you here. Ralph Narain. When a country has power, anything is possible. Yes, indeed. Don't. Yeah. And we see that with the United States too. Don't. Whenever they have power. So they decide to. So they're gonna bowl. Garth is gonna bowl straight to Quiana Joseph because they have 5 on the onside. So apart from the deep mid wicket and the deep backward square leg, they also have a short fine leg, a mid wicket, and a mid on. That tells you that 5 on the onside, we're gonna bowl straight to her. Let her hit us from close by, from off her leg. So full and straight here now to Quiana Joseph with 5 on the onside, deep backward square leg, deep mid wicket, short fine leg, a straight mid wicket and a mid on. And then you have a ring of 4 on the offside, which is the third man, the backward point, the cover, and the mid off. So Garth is over the wickets. He comes in, bowls to Joseph, and Joseph gets a slower delivery, which she was winding up and just tap it into the onside. And there's a look of frustration on Hayley Matthews' face, and she's saying something to her. Yes, so tell her, please, I would, remember I can't listen to the commentary. I would love to know what decisions have been taken. So, but that was a sad moment. Boy, so here they are now. Comes in now so Garth is into Joseph, who gave herself room and swings to the right of the short fine leg. She gets through for the single. You could see the short fine leg gearing up to shy at the bowler's end because they knew that Quiana Joseph would be struggling to get down to that end, but she reaches 26 without loss in over number 4. There's no time for Quiana Joseph to be wasting delivery now, you know. Her limitation is being exposed. This is a semi-final of the Cricket World Cup, and her limitation is being exposed as they are bowling straight to her and setting 5 on the onside. Kim Garth to Hayley Matthews. She's over the wicket, bowls to Matthews. Good delivery. The West Indies captain has the covers up and plays it in front of her, and there is no run. Has a clear. Sorry about that. So 26 without loss. We're going to watch Hayley Matthews as the keeper was decide to come up to the stump to Kim Garth. So she was waiting on her helmet. The helmet is there now. So the keeper is up to the stump. That's Mooney, Bet Mooney. So here is Garth. She's over the wicket to the West Indies captain. She's in. And that one popped up off a good length. Oh, the toss. This toss was a good toss to win, you know. This toss was a good toss to win. 26 without loss. 1 to come in over number 4. The West Indies captain was going across, and it just bounced more than expected, surprisingly. And, you know, she was going across. It was a short ball outside the off stump. Had I was going to pull, I was going to cut, but then it bounced more than she expected. It took the bat and just dropped down in front of her. So, short third man, backward point, sweep on the cover boundary, extra cover, mid-off. Those are the 5 on the offside to the West Indies captain. As Kim Garth is over the wicket, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews worked this into the onside through square leg. They will second for 1, 27 without loss after 4. 27 without loss after 4. This is not good going at all in the West Indies. We have to get going. You know, we have never beaten Australia batting first in a T20 internationals, but history is there to be made. Thank you, Banana Brooks. I hope that you will provide it as soon as you get it. Yes, Gully side. We don't know that, Gary Stewart. We are waiting on official words if she will play. So we don't know that as yet. So 27 without loss after 4. Matthews taken on the pad as Hamilton was over the wicket to her, the left arm seamer. She looks to turn that into the onside. And interestingly, we have not seen her. But it's a very interesting situation here because going off the ICC rules, only Molyneux can allow the West Indies to make that change. Matthews down the pitch, it peels away. Third man runs back, it drops in the middle of 3 of them. Third man and backward point was running back, and the fielder on the deep backward point boundary was coming in, and none of them got there. So well done, Matthews, just playing that in the gap. The short third man was running back. Cover was running to her right, and the deep backward point coming off the boundary. None of them could get there. So well played, Matthews. Singer. It was in the gap. This is a West Indies propaganda station. Eh? Yes, 28 without loss. Hamilton to Joseph, and Joseph swings and got the inside edge to short, fine leg. There's no run. The score remains at 28 without loss. What would you do if you were, if this happened to Elise Perry or Beth Mooney or Phoebe Litchfield, because she's really the danger when it comes to the batting up. Pull and a miss, a stifled appeal, not outside the umpire. They are gonna check. So I think she gonna wait and see if they are going to appeal before she signal the wide. If we're gonna review it, let's see if she's gonna signal the wide now. They're waiting on the timer runs out. Let's see if she's going to signal the wide or she's going to say it's a legitimate delivery. It was back of a length. She looks to pull. Well, it's a good delivery. It was right over the top of her helmet, but I think she was crouching, so they did not give the wide. But it's one for the over. Good short delivery. It misses. Yeah, so it gone. It's a good decision not to review. You would look at that and you say over the top of the helmet, but she was crouching. Hamilton, she gave herself room. Slow delivery, hit it to the field at mid-on. The return comes in at the keeper's end. This have to stay. The bad decision to select Quiana Joseph, man. We talk about her limitation all the while. We spoke about that teams know that they just need to bowl full and straight to her and she can't get the ball away. And she's trying her best, She's absolutely trying her best. She's out there and she's trying her best, but she just cannot get the ball away because she's so limited. She swings and misses again and it goes through to the keeper and there is no run. According to her very good friend, Shane Deeds, she's one of the best batswomen in the world. That's what Shane Deeds said to me. He didn't say it to anybody else. To me, he said so live. Live on TV, Shane Deeds said to me that Quiana Joseph is one of the best batters, women batters in the world. Well, she's very limited and she's frustrating Matthews. I think that if she doesn't get out in this over, I think after 6 overs gone, it's time to pull her. I honestly believe it's time to pull her. I don't see the sense. I don't see the sense she continue to bat after 6 overs. What sense it makes? It makes no sense. She's not getting away the ball. 5 from 13, and she's supposed to be the power hitter at the top. She's supposed to be the pinch hitter, so to speak, at the top. That's why she's playing. And she's 5 from 13. Matthews is 22 from 17. Even so, she's short at least 15 runs, Quiana Joseph, and would have been 43. The role that Quiana Joseph is supposed to play, she shouldn't be 5 from 13. She should have been 20 from 13. But she can't play that role against a top class attack because she's limited, and we have pointed it out so many times. Kim Gard comes in, bowls to Matthews, who steered it down to third man for 4. This was controlled by the captain, 32 without loss. As the ball seam away from her, she just opened up the face of the bat and just guide it down to third man. Beat the short third man to her left and beat first slip to her right. So 4 more to West Indies captain Hayley Matthews, who's on 26 from 18. After this over, oh, what do you think? My position is that yes, retire out, bowls to Matthews, who worked this into the onside. You better get there, girl. You better get there. 1 more to the total, 33 without loss. You better eat 2 fours in this over, She has to eat 2 4 in this over, or 1 6 and a 2. We'll be happy with that. But she need 8 runs off these last 4 balls. Otherwise, she should retire out at the drinks break, at the strategic timeout or drinks break, whatsoever they are calling it in the World Cup. 33 without loss, West Indies after 5.2. So there's a deep long on and there's a deep mid wicket. There's a backward square leg and there's a short fine leg. And then there's 5 on the offside. Down the leg side, wide will be signal. Did he get bats onto it? Bat onto it? Wide signal. And you can understand that. The umpire here is having a word with Vols and Mooney. Or is it Quiana Joseph? Is it Quiana Joseph running down the middle of the pitch? It's probably Quiana Joseph running down the middle of the pitch, and the umpire, she's not happy. That's Cotton. Cotton is not happy with Quiana Joseph, and she has been spoken to by the other umpire already. So she's on 5. She's on 5 from 14, and there's her very good friend, the coach. outside the half stump, and she moves across the pitch and bottom edge it into the offside, and there is no run. You know, she's really putting Hayley Matthews under pressure. Absolutely putting Hayley Matthews under pressure. And Hayley Matthews did tell her to look for that slow ball, you know. You're frustrated as you select her. Is you selected her. I told you not to pick her, and you gone selected her. So you being frustrated, it's your fault. You need to listen, man. You need to listen. You need to listen. 33 without loss. Joseph is on strike. Over the wicket. Bowles Torres. He swing this in the air. Let's see. It drops in no man's land. They will stay on one. She cannot come back for two. She can't run. She limited. And she's in the team. And we keep on saying it, man. I'm upset. I'm absolutely upset and not happy. How is she in the team? The only reason why she's in the team, she and the coach, they are very, very good friends. I don't know if it has transcended certain barriers, but what I do know is that they are very, very, very close. I don't know if it transcends those barriers. I have no evidence of that, but they are very, very close. Gart to Matthews down the leg side, pulled away. I think Short finally got a hand to it. Will they come back for two, or will they stay on one? So I think she pulled it away, but I think the diving of it up Short finally got an hand to it. And you could say it's a drop catch, but it was those has to stop. You know, so 6 overs have been completed. It's the drinks break. Sorry. Oh gosh. No, I'm not hungry. West Indies 35 without loss after 6. Do you agree with me that they should retire Joseph? I definitely think she should be retired. Good morning, Sheldon. Gardner Miller. All right, so but Gardner Miller, you don't have to be listening to it. You can always listen somewhere else. This is a West Indies propaganda station. Good morning, Sabio. Dutton is injured, and we don't know what is the situation with Dutton at this time, Sheldon. She was in the playing 11, but she was to be removed from the field during the singing of the anthems, during the opening ceremony. I saw that Manor Park, Lona. But this is not a test match. This is a T20. Thank you for your support, Ralph Narayan. Persons will always have their opinion, Ralph Narayan, but I know that my commentary is biased towards the West Indies, and this is a West Indies propaganda station. So if someone doesn't appreciate that this is a West Indies propaganda station, then I can't help them. If the person if it's apart from that, the person is saying that I am getting at Quiana Joseph. I've not said anything wrong. Quiana Joseph is limited. The Australian knows that. She was picked to hit away the ball, but she's limited. Can she run? She can't run. And when I say she can't run, persons know what I mean. So everything I said about Quiana Joseph is true. So if that person is a friend of Quiana Joseph and think that I should not be saying those things, I'll just ask the person, what have I said about Quiana Joseph that is a lie? If on the other hand, the person is saying that the commentary is biased because it's so lean towards the West Indies, everyone know that this is a West Indies propaganda channel. This is a West Indies propaganda channel. Patrick Lambert, it will be difficult for West Indies to win because they cannot fire in the power play. You know, it's all right, Grace Stewart. It's all right, you know. There should be 10 runs and over, and they haven't even scored 40, said Manor Park. Yes, so thank you all for your comment. I really appreciate everyone that is here. You would appreciate, I can't read all the comments, but I try my best to read those, to read some. So 35 without loss after 6.1. So we are back live. Gardner, the off spinner. So the power play has ended. Joseph is still at the crease. So worked away through backward of square leg for a singer, and the score goes up by 1 to 36. You see that comment from the person? I don't remember the name. If that person is and he could have three reasons for saying it. One of the reasons, which could well be the number one reason, is just a hater. Is just a hater, who want to find an excuse. And this is swung away. Oh, she's dropped on the deep mid-wicket boundary. Did they deliberately drop her? So the ball went to the fielder on the deep mid-wicket boundary, comfortable catch, or as Quiana Joseph swings that away down to deep mid-wicket. Did they deliberately drop her? Who is that? Vol? Did she deliberately drop her? And Quiana Joseph cannot run, and she's there waiting to see what happened. And it's after the ball dropped, she decided to run. And the return came in, but she just beat it at the bowler's end. 37 without loss. So Vol dropping a sitter, did they deliberately drop her? So it could be a hater, and that the person just said it because you do have those, so you're just a hater. Or it could be that it doesn't matter whether West Indies win or lose as long as his best friend Quiana Joseph is playing. That is as simple as that. So you might be a hater and you just want to say those things. It doesn't matter if West Indies win as long as Quiana Joseph is best friend playing, or he's probably supporting Australia. But the name suggests it's a West Indian name, so we do not know. But if he's supporting Australia, this is a West Indies propaganda channel. 37 without loss after 7 overs. If he's a hater, get used to those by now. Understand those. They don't have anything to say. They can't find any excuse. A gentleman once, that was about 15 years ago, there about 13, 15 years ago, he said, Mr. Brown, people always come to me and you always hear people say, boy, me a this, the F word, we end with Y, you hear people say, boy, his name was Desmond. I call his name without harm. He has now deceased. And person will say the worst thing about me. And so when you ask them why them say that, them always say, boy, Desmond need to free up the orange, So they would say the worst thing about Desmond, because Desmond, them want to forget Desmond orange, if you look a bit and nothing. And they would say the worst thing about him, So people will say things about you because they are haters, absolutely haters. And this comment maybe is that it is. I don't know. It can be either one of the three. He's a fan of Quiana Joseph, so he doesn't think. He think we should say Quiana Joseph is fleet-footed and hitting the ball to all part of the ground, and if that's what he wants to say, we can't say that. 38 without loss after 7.2, because that's not what is happening. So, and we have to talk the truth. So if he wants to say that Quiana Joseph is quick between the wickets and she can play the ball all part of the ground, that's not true. She's 8 from 18. So if you want me to say that she's 36 from 18, I can't tell that lie. The reality is that she's 8 from 18, pull high in the air, down towards deep backward square like the fielder. She came around. Will Matthews come back for the 2? No, Quiana Joseph just reached. That's what I'm talking about. 39 without loss. So if he wants me to say something different because he doesn't care about West Indies cricket, he just care about Quiana Joseph, then I can't help him. But if he's an Australian fan, I I can't help him either. This is a West Indies propaganda channel. So, but I think they should definitely retire out. How long is it that gonna take to retire out? She's 8 from 18 limited. Come on, man. She swings and miss again. 8 from 19. This is hurting me. It's hurting me. It's hurting the West Indies team. Where's the decision making? Come on, coach. Come on, coach. Not because you and her are such good friends. You have to call her off. Have to call her off, man. Matthews, you have to put down your foot. You have to put down your foot, man. Yeah. She swings this high in the air. Let's see where it's gone. It's gone for 6. That's better. There's a smile on everybody's face. Even me laughing. So it pitched up and Quiana Joseph swings through the line and it gone for 6. She has to keep going. It makes no sense that she struggled for another 19 delivery before she hit another 6. She just has to keep going. She has to. It can't be one swallow in the summer. It can't be. You will die for hungry. So good shot there. Applaud you for that. But you have to keep going. 45 without loss. And she hit this again high in the air, down towards long off, over the top. Will she come back for 2? Matthews is going to the danger end. Will she risk it? Matthews, they send it to the bowlers and she just to the keeper's end. And they just reach 47 for 2. So she has to keep going, man. Has to end up over number 8. 47 for 8 at the end of over number 8. So not a bad last 2 delivery there from Quiana Joseph. We are literally watching the game slipping from us. Yes. No, Athena, I remember that. Okay, is a yeah. If Sammy dropped Charles, Shane Diaz should do the same to Quiana. I totally. Joseph should be batting at number 4. She shouldn't be in the team. Quiana must throw the kitchen sink at everything. Agree with your Gary Stewart. He has to throw the kitchen sink at everything. Those comments are fair and honest. I mean, yes, you know, you could see the coach holding down his head just now when Quiana Joseph hit that 6 over long off and saying, finally, she finally cut it. So Matthews is on 30 from 27. Quiana Joseph is on 16 from 21. So they still have that in listed at number 5. So apparently she's still in the team. We hope that she has recovered though. And while we do not wish for detail of what happened, we do not really want to know what happened. We at least need to know the broad picture of what happened. Wareham comes in, bowl down Matthews, and she slapped her pad because it's really Quiana Joseph called that. First delivery from Wareham, Matthews looking to ramp, and she's out bowled. You know, before the start of the tournament, Matthews said that she's going to bring some new shots to the tournament. Well, she tried it the first time there, and she was out bowled down by the Australian leg spinner. She missed it completely, and the ball hit middle. And so Wareham got the wicket of Matthews. You see, that dismissal is really Quiana Joseph caused that dismissal, you know. And boy, it just gets me so upset. It just gets me so upset. If we lose this match, Shane Diaz need to go home. Gary Stewart, I think it will only be the last if Shane Dietz is not the coach. So because you guys don't understand me when I say that Quiana Joseph and Shane Dietz are very close enough. I cannot say that line have been crossed. I don't know, but they are absolutely close. You know, absolutely close. Absolutely close. So I don't. Boy. Feel a dismissal there, you know, because Hayley Matthews have to go manufacturing something. So first delivery, well played, Campbell. She swept it away for 4 off the back foot, bottom edge it to the keeper. I was reading the comments, so and when I looked up, I saw the ball going into the boundary. So first delivery from William took second. It was a second delivery, and she swept it for 4. 51 for 1 after 8.4. Wareham, the right arm leg spinner, comes into Cambridge. She's off the back foot. She beats the dive at the field at cover. Work for the field and the cover boundary to do, but she cannot get there. 4 more runs for Campbell. She just off the back foot and just easing it into the covers, down to the boundary for 4. Just proper cricketing shot. The first shot, a sweep shot. The second shot, through the covers. It shows that she's not limited. It shows that she can play all around the wicket. So 4 more to Campbell. She moves up to 8 from 2 deliveries. Wareham comes in to bowl to Campbell, and she's forward. She tucked it into the onside. The bowler field in her follow through. Wareham is it. It's 55 for 1 after 9. We must retire Quiana Joseph. If I have no doubt in my mind, if Quiana Joseph had been retired, Hayley Matthews would not have been out. I have no doubt in my mind. No doubt. It's the best from the World Cup starts. We have seen Hayley Matthews hitting the ball. And because of poor decision of the coach to select his best friend, it stifled our best player. And that can't be good. Can't be good. Can't be good. So anyone who is comfortable that Quiana Joseph is playing and happy with West Indies losing, it's too bad. I can't. You should not be in the team. 55 for 1. West Indies after 9 overs. You know, I honestly, Quiana Joseph have to just go. She have to just go. She have to just go. Comes in, bows to Joseph. She swings this over deep mid wicket. Let's see, straight into the fielder hands now, and she's out. So this time the catch taken. Yeah, I don't mind that. The only disappointment is that she never held on to the first one, because I think if she had held on to the first one, Matthews would still be batting. You know, that's the only disappointment here. If she had held on to the first one, Matthews would still be batting. But honestly, I don't mind her. I don't mind her getting out. Honestly, it's the truth. I don't mind her getting out, man. She has to go. That's not batting, man. That's not batting. Why this girl continue to open the West Indies innings? Why the coach said that she's one of the best T20 batters in the world? Do any of you see that? I don't see it. So if you see it, tell me. But I clearly don't see it. Me hungry, man. Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm telling you the truth. I'm angry. I'm angry. There's no way no way it can go so, man. No way, man. What can go so? So Stephanie Taylor has come to the crease with West Indies 55 for 2 in over number 9. It's just that we handing the match to Australia. So it's just picked out the field and the deep mid wicket boundary. So the Australian captain getting the wicket. That's Molyneux. Left arm orthodox spinner. She's mixing up. She's bowling some arm ball. Taylor, she's taking a long time to get going. Finally, round the wicket comes in, bowls to Taylor, who's off the back foot, and she's beaten as she looks to play a forcing shot through the offside as the orthodox ball just gripped and turned across her and goes through to the keeper. Yeah, Molyneux comes in now, bowl to Taylor, down the leg side. The keeper did not collect. But the short fine leg field, they go through for a quick singer. Wide 2, so 2 there. So this is better. This is better. And that's what we are saying with Quiana Joseph at the crease. We could not have run that. So 57 for 2. So, yeah. Oh, God, no, man. it's frustrating me, you know. Molyneux took Campbell, and Campbell looked to turn that into the onside. It popped off the leading edge into the offside, and there's no run. 57 for 2. She can't run a quick single. She limited. She can't get with the ball, and she in the team. Campbell down the pitch and uses her feet. At least she's trying to use her feet and then played it back down the onside of the pitch, and there is no run. So this is good bowling here from Molyneux. Let's see. Campbell, 8 from 7. Molyneux, this Australian captain, the left-arm orthodox spinner. She's round the wicket now. She's going to bowl to the West Indies number 3, who reverse sweep, can't beat short fine leg. So she reverse sweep there and can't beat short fine leg. 57 for 2. So 8 from 8. Campbell now need to score. You can't just hug up the crease. So 2, you have to score 2. You have to score. Come on, Molyneux to Campbell, and she's deep in her crease, and she works it down to long on. That's better, although it's just a single, but those 3 dot balls were terrible. So 58 for 2. 58 for 2. She's 9 from 9. Absolutely ridiculous batting there, man. And persons want me to be comfortable with that. Can't be comfortable with that, man. Anybody who's comfortable with that doesn't care about the West Indies cricket team. 16 from 22. You're supposed to be the pinch hitter. You're supposed to be the one who take on the opposition. And it's 16 from 22. You know, absolutely can't be comfortable. Any West Indian, no West Indian fans can be comfortable. No true West Indian fan can be comfortable with that performance from Joseph. Yeah, I'm hurting. I'm hurting. I'm hurting. I'm hurting, man. And I know a lot of persons would love it. They're glad that I'm hurting. Yeah, there are persons who are glad that I'm hurting. But the truth is, I am. You see, the Cricket Forum is the only entity in the West Indies that is covering this World Cup in an extensive way. All the media entity, they are focusing on other things. They're focusing on the Cricket World Cup and the West Indies Test Series. Campbell uses his feet as Gardner tossed that one up, and she eased it down to long on for a single. Campbell coming to strike. So keep it ticking over until those bad balls come, but we have to limit the dot balls now from here on. Can't get a 2, let's get a single. Can't get a 4. Campbell deep in her crease, and she's out caught at mid-wicket. Not Campbell, Taylor. Deep in her crease. Taylor gone for naught. West Indies 59 for 3 in over number 11. And so they are falling apart here. And this all comes about because of the opener, you know. Everything strive from her. As that ball was slower than Taylor expected, and it just as she looked to turn it into the onside, it came off the leading edge and popped to short mid-wicket, and Taylor goes. West Indies in big, big trouble. So Taylor goes. Big up yourself, TV and Cricket Power Play. How are you? I respect you, man, and happy to have you here. Man out of Florida, you know, who stream all those cricket coming out of Florida. My good friend Elton Tucker. So big up, big up, big up, big up to yourself. You see, Sheldon, you have a lower standard than me, you know. You have yes, so you satisfied with the West Indies reaching the semifinals. I am not. You know, I don't satisfy. Carlton, I'll talk to you later. Don't raise. No, man, it's not going to raise my blood pressure. Gareth Ains. Yeah, it's not going to raise my blood pressure. I'm disappointed. Our problem are the fault of Joseph wasting all of those balls in the power play. Yes. I'm a very sad person to sell Ralph Narayan at this time. Better NL had played. I would have gone with the tall big girl. What's your name? Hector. I would have gone with Hector. Yeah, you see, Sheldon is satisfied with us reaching the semifinals. I am not satisfied with that. I want to win this, you know. And Sheldon is just now coming on because I think it's the first time we are seeing him from the World Cup, you know. That's a clock. I was reading the comment and without even finishing the work, reading the comment, Claxton gone for 3. That's what pressure does. All of that I'm gonna watch the replay because I was reading the comments and I never realized that Claxton gone for 3. In the women game, they move quickly, you know, gone without scoring. And some would say better that Joseph was batting. No, it doesn't better. It is not better that it is not better if Joseph was batting because it's the pressure that Joseph created from only scoring 16 runs from 22 balls that that caused these 2 wickets. You say, oh, it caused it? Because these players now have to be batting out of their comfort zone because they only have 51 deliveries to go. Chinel Henry cuts and miss. Nonetheless, though, West Indies need a little partnership here. So after 11 overs, West Indies 59 for 4. So what need to happen now is that Campbell and Henry need like a runner ball or a 7 runs are over. They need to go like at 7 runs are over for the next 3, 4, say 5 overs. So they go for 7 runs are over for the next 5 overs. That is 35. So that would put them to 94. So 94 after 16 overs. And then they see, and then they try and go hard for the last 4 overs. And if they can get a 50, that would be 144. And they try to take it from there. That is what we're on bowls to Campbell, who sweeps this down to mid wicket for a single, and the fielder comes in off the boundary. So one more to the West Indies total, taking it up to 60. Henry comes in to strike. So Claxton was so flabbergasted that she ended up in the Australian dressing room instead of the West Indies dressing room. I've seen it before. I've seen it before. I think at the Men World Cup, was it Australia, when the Australian batter got out, he went into the wrong changing room. I think it was it Ed Travis Ed, yes, in Barbados. Don't remember who England was playing. I think it was Oman. They were playing against Oman, and Travis Ed got out, and he ended up in the Oman dressing room. So, and there, Claxton ending up in the Australian dressing room. 61 for 4. So that as Campbell comes down sharply on that one. That's the first dot ball of the over, but we have to limit those dot ball Campbells. No time now for dot ball. We need at least 7 out of these overs. It must be control and risk-free for the next 5 overs. Wareham comes in. She wants to reverse sweep, but can't beat short fine leg. Well, it was short third man became short fine leg after the reverse sweep. So they are putting another fielder there. So they have a backward point now and a short third man to try and limit that reverse sweep. Down the pitch, and she hits it down to long on for a single, just using her feet and getting to the pitch. And she lost her shape, but it came off the inner portion of the bat and goes down to long on for a single. She's 12 from 14. Henry need to play a big innings here, but she just lost her shape there. Otherwise, she could have beat the fielder to her right and get 4 because she reached the pitch but then lost her shape. So just looking at the field here, so there's a short third man, there's a backward point, there's a sweep on the cover boundary, there's a extra cover, long off, long on, then there's a deep mid wicket, then there's a straight mid on, bowls to Henry, and Henry swings again, and it goes to the field at mid wicket, and the chance for a run out could be very, very close here. Now this is going to be very close. Not out. But that was very, very close. Not out 63 for 4. As they were stop, start, and they finally decided to go through for the singer, and Campbell got there. So they were stop, start, and they finally go through. Direct it, but she was well in by the ball comes in. So what should have been a comfortable singer, the two West Indies batters made it difficult. So West Indies will get another singer and moves up to 63 for 4. So 4 from that over, below expectation. We need 7 and over. We need to be 95 at the end of over number 16. That's all I'm saying. We need to be 95 at the end of over number 16, and we can get there playing risk-free cricket. As Henry goes onto the back foot, looks to cut, the ball comes back into her as the off break turn into her, and it got the bottom edge down to mid-off. They go through for another singer. So the score goes up by 1 to 64 for 4. We are in over number 12. Over 13, 12.1 have been bowled. Short third man, the backward point, the sweep on the cover boundary and the long off. Campbell down the wicket, and she turned this into mid wicket for yet another singer. That's okay as long as we keep ticking it over and look for that boundary ball in each over. So nothing wrong with a runner ball plus the boundary ball in each over. So far, we have 2 deliveries have been bowled in this over, 2 singer. She comes in, bowls to Henry, and Henry force it to extra cover. Cannot beat the gap. That's what we want to avoid, the dot ball. She's shaking her head, but she needs to keep her calm here. She's seconds now as she comes in. As she watched Gardner comes into her, she's played that into the offside, and they go through for a quick singer. Well done, ladies. And that's one of the issues with Joseph, because if the bowling is tight and the boundaries are not coming, you can't get a quick single with Joseph. And that's one of the biggest issues, Campbell taken at the pad, loud appeal. She said, not out. That looks very close to me. I think they're going to review it. That looks close to me. I should look to turn it into the onside. I think it's very close. They have gone for it, and they have gone for it rather quickly. That looked close. I feared for Campbell here. I think the umpire have made a mistake. I think Cotton have made a mistake here. In my opinion, that looks very close. I hope it's missing. It grips and it turns, and I really hope that it is missing. 66 for 4 West Indies. Campbell on 13 from 15. She could be gone here, West Indies really under the coach in this semi-final match. All started because we picked the wrong 11. It's very close to the bat. It could be missing, It could be a good decision, I'm telling you the truth. If I was the umpire, I would have given it out, because it looks very close to me. But we're looking now. The ultra edge is coming up. Waiting on ultra edge. It's building. So there's a murmur when the ball beside the bat. Okay, so inside edge. Good decision. So good decision there, inside edge. So Australia burn a review. So good decision, umpire. Well, that's why probably I'm not an umpire. Well, I am an umpire, but probably that's why I don't reach that level, because I can't make those good decisions, eh? Yeah, but it looks straight for me. So you need to pack your bag and go to Australia if you lose this match, 666 for 4. Gardner to Campbell outside the off stump. She cuts it to backward point, who didn't gather cleanly, and they stay in their crease. 4 runs from the over. Another tight over where the West Indies players just going to get rid of the ball. So we're really up against it here, man. We're really up against it in this semifinals. 66 for 4. Oh boy. We need to get to 95 in the next 3 overs. We need to get 29 runs in the next 3 overs. How do we do that? 3 is 9, 27. A runner ball plus a boundary in each over. And that a runner ball plus a boundary in each over. 3, 9, 27. And that would get us to 93. And then somewhere along the line, we'll probably get a no ball or 2 wide or so on, and that will carry us to 95. 66 for 4, Sutherland. she's going to mix it up now. She's a right-arm seamer. She's over the wicket, bowls, and that's slapped away down towards backward point into the boundary now for 4. It was outside the arse stump, and Henry threw the kitchen sink at it, and it went into the boundary for 4. Good start to the over by West Indies, 70 for 4 after 13.1. Off the back foot she goes, and she slapped it to the right of backward point down to the boundary for 4. Good, clean hit of the ball. It travels in the air past her, but it was wide of her. It was in the gap. She dived. Here is Sutherland. She comes in, bowls to Henry, and Henry turned this into the onside. They run hard for the first one. Short fine leg came to her left, picks up, sends the return in. 1 more to the total, 71 for 4. Just avoid the dot ball, avoid the dot ball, avoid a wicket in this over. Please, just avoid the dot balls and avoid a wicket in this over, and we'll be comfortable with that. You two need to bat until over number 16. Here is Sutherland. She comes in now, bowls to Campbell. She's in, and Campbell looks to scoop and misses it totally. Campbell looking to scoop, and Henry's going to have a word with her and said, let's play the ball in the onside. I'll already get a 4 out of the over. Let us make sure that there's no that ball. She looks to scoop, and she misses it totally. You know, and when you see that, you just have to laugh, because you know that these girls are trying to play shots that they don't practice often enough, but they have it in their head, you know. So 5 from the over, and I said we need 9. The first ball went for 4. All you need to do, Campbell, is to make sure that there's no dot ball. Come on, man, save that shot till over number 17, 18, 19, and 20. 4 off the first delivery. No more that ball in the over. Please, Campbell. Sutherland is over the wicket. Bowls to Campbell. Down the leg side. He swings this away. Down towards the fielder coming off the fine leg boundary. They thought about the second. It's not on. The return comes in. 1 more to the total. West Indies 72 for 4. So the target was 9 out of this over. We got 6 runs so far. 3 deliveries to go. So 2 deliveries to go. And we need 3 runs. So the target was 9. So let's see now as Sutherland bowls to Henry. Short delivery. She pulls and misses. It goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. Good delivery that from Sutherland. So pressure on Henry now. She has to hit a boundary here, you know. She has to hit a boundary here. That frustration from Matthews, you know what caused that frustration, as they showed a replay of her dismissal. You know? And she swings, she got a bottom edge to it. It goes into the onside, and they will get a single. They thought about the second. So 7 from the over there, 2 short. So they will have to get 22 from the next 2 overs. It's a strategic timeout. It will be very important to see who's coming on the field, whether it's a coach or whether it's Matthews. Let's run through some of your comments. The tone of our low score was set by Fatina. That was a good one. Gary Stewart, that was a good one. That was a good one. Not a propaganda umpire then, said Banana Brooks. No, man, I'm not a no. We need 10 runs and over to be competitive, said Gary Stewart. I agree with that. If we can get 60 off the last 6, what I agree with that, you know, if we can get it. But right now, I really want these 2 to bat at least until the 16th over. So if these 2 can bat to the end of the 16th over and then come over number 17, we try to start now, see if we can up the tempo. I just want, like the boundary that we got at the start of that over, I understand the bouncer to Chinel Henry. That was a good delivery. But the shot that Chinel Henry played, which was a dot ball, that was uncalled for, you know. She looked to scoop when there was a lot of space on the onside, and all she had to do was to turn the ball into the onside. That was a little frustrating. Yes. Volney Golden, long time Don't see it. Do you really think can win the game by batting the way? But I already addressed that, Volney Golden. Already, yes. There's no improvement amongst some of these girls, and Shane Diaz is still the head coach. Shake me head. Julian Weeks, you said it. It's something that I've been preaching. I've been preaching, and persons, they call me all sort of name, but I've been preaching it. Thank you, Claude Charles. You see, I speak the truth in Claude Charles, and it's just the truth. I love West Indies women cricket, but I'm also practical, and I know what I see. I told you, brothers are just not good enough, and we have to be honest. Well, no, but Garth Ains, nobody questioned that. Nobody questioned that. No, I don't think anybody questioned that. I don't think anybody questioned that. Wimbledon is also going on. So we got 35 after the first 6 overs and then 37 after the next 8. So the Australian captain is going to come back into the attack. She has gotten 1 for 13 from her 2 overs thus far. They have used 6 bowlers. She comes in, bowls to Henry, hit that high in the air. We'll see where it goes. The fielder comes around, took the catch. Henry goes 73 for 4. So Henry goes 10 from 11, 73 for 4. And we see Dot in there. Is he strong enough to come out? I wouldn't bat, I don't think it, for somebody that they had to take from the field before the start of the game, I wouldn't want to see her bat. So Henry goes. West Indies is in danger of not batting out the 20 overs here now. Are in real danger. So she's getting ready to bat, but she looks, I wouldn't want her to bat, Glasgow is coming into bat, but she's getting ready to bat. I would advise against it. I was asking the question, if you were Molyneux, the Australian captain, would you allow West Indies to make a change after the spin of the toss because of Dottin apparently suffering an illness while there was a singing of the anthem? Would you have allowed West Indies to make the change? Because after the spinning of the toss, only the captain can, Molyneux to Glasgow drives through the offside, straight to the fielder down on the cover boundary. Naturally, she would have consulted the coach, but it's her decision. It's her signature that can make the change after the spinning of the toss. We're going to watch Molyneux round the wicket. She bowls to Campbell off the back foot and she cannot beat extra cover. Oh, extra cover divert the ball from mid-off and they will get 1. Will they come back for 2? No. So anyway, you can get the run. She was off the back foot there. Chinel Henry, the first delivery after the break, looking to hit it for 6 and another West Indies batter's gone. At the IPL, that would have been 6. Would it have been? At the double PL, off the back foot go Glasgow to the right of mid-off, another singer. The score goes up by 1 to 76 for 5. 76 for 5. Ran over number 15 here. The only good thing about this? Canberra sweeps and she beats the short fine leg, but she cannot beat the backward square leg, the deep backward square leg who comes around, picks up cleanly, sends the return in. They are back for 2. 2 more to the West Indies total, 78 for 5. The only good thing about this West Indies batting first, we'll watch now, was Molyneux, the final delivery of the over. She comes in, bowls to Campbell, who hits this down towards long on. She mistimed the drive, lost her shape in a portion of the bat, down to long on for a single. 6 from the over, 79 for 5, 5 overs remaining. the only good thing about West Indies batting first and batting so poorly, it would have been very, very, the frustration level would have gone up a little further had Australia batted first, make 220, and then West Indies come and bat like this. You know, that's that's the only good thing. If West Indies get up to, I won't even predict a score, but West Indies make a low total. Australia come and knock it off in 10 overs, and we get to go and do our business for the rest of the day. Then, that would have been better than Australia bat and make 200, and then West Indies come and creep to a low total, right? So that would have been better. Down the pitch, and she hit this over the top of cover, and it goes away down to the boundary for 4. So Campbell just using her feet and hitting it over cover and extra cover down to the boundary for 4. Good shot as she used her feet and open up her body and hit it down to the boundary for 4. So she's on 22 from 23 deliveries. As she picks the googly. Did she picks it? Let's hope that she did. Nonetheless, it's 4, so you have to give her credit. Here's Weirham, the right arm leg spinner. She comes in, bowls to Canberra, and Canberra drives, can't beat mid off. Much fuller. The score remains on 83 for 5 after 15.2. So let's see now. Weirham, the right arm leg spinner. She's in, bowls to Campbell, down the pitch again, and she's straight to mid off this time, who took a comfortable catch. And Campbell goes for 22 from 25. West Indies 83 for 6 after 15.3. West Indies 82 for 6 after 15.3. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. History repeating itself. West Indies never beat Australia batting first. Never. Our only 2 victories over Australia in T20 cricket, we have batted second. The first one in the final of the World Cup in 2016, when we bowled them out for 158. I think it was 158, and we made 161 for 5. And even that, because Hayley Matthews and Stephanie Taylor put on 120 for the first wicket. And to get the other 40 runs, we lose 3 more wickets. And the other second time when we beat them is that it was Hayley Matthews and Stephanie Taylor again. Stephanie Taylor made 60 yard, Hayley Matthews made 130 yard, as West Indies chased down 200 and had to win in Australia. So on both occasions we were batting second. But Datin is in great distress, man. As she played the first ball back to the ball and there is no run. Look at she's off the back foot and she cuts and misses. As you see the image of her coming off the field, I just taken aback. And you look at that young lady's face and you see that she's in distress. And I wouldn't want her to bat. I wouldn't want her to bat. Honestly, I'm not happy that she's batting. She drives to the field that cover and they go through for a quick single. The return comes in, misses the stump, and they go through for a single. So the score go now. At the end of the over, the score will be 84 for 6. West Indies after 16 overs. 84 for 6. So I wanted 95 after 16 overs. And when you look at the score now being 84 for 6, you now see that we could have played risk-free cricket and be 95 for 4 same way. Risk-free cricket. Where there's 11 runs short, we could have played risk-free cricket and be there. I just don't know. I'm a bit uncomfortable with batting because in the end, man, there are things that are more important than cricket, yeah, I am uncomfortable with her batting. Honestly. Totally uncomfortable with her batting. Well, probably the medical staff have cleared her, and I'm not a doctor, so give them the benefit of the doubt. I hope it's not is a case that she insisting that she's batting. As she eased this ball to long on and they go through for a single. Because if you look at her face, she really looks stressed, you know. She really looks stressed. So there was Campbell trying to clear the inner field and just picked out the fielder at mid-off. And so another West Indies wicket have gone down. So Australia has been clinical today. Worked away into the onside by Glasgow. They run the first one fast and they stay on one more to the total. So Glasgow is 3 from 3, Dutton is 2 from 4, West Indies 86 for 6. We really lost the match. I really think we never gave ourselves the best chance by playing Quiana Joseph and asked her to open the innings. That's where we really struggled, and we just didn't get back from that. 2 more runs as Dutton worked this down to deep mid wicket, and they came back for 288 for 6. That just put tremendous pressure on the rest of the batting and sapped the confidence. You know, you will look at, it just turn away into the onside again, and we'll get another comfortable single. The score goes up by 1 more. 89 now for 6. It sapped the confidence of the rest of the batsmen. They put them under tremendous pressure. You know, 89 for 6 after 16.4 overs. Ashley Gardner, she's round the wicket. The right arm off spinner bowls to Glasgow, and she eased this past the field at mid-on, and they'll get a single. The score goes up now to 90 with 1 to come in over the over 17. There is you have to give Glasgow credit, you know. 90 for 6 after 16.5, Gardner. And there's no comes in now, bowls to Dutton, and Dutton worked this into the onside. And that's what you see, this is what I'm saying. We got 7 runs from that over without taking any risks. 7 runs. 91 for 6. 7 runs. We need the boundaries, you know. We should be getting boundaries at this time. But what we are doing here now, we should have been doing that between over 17 and 14. 7 and 14. So if we had scored 7 runs are over, because you see, after you start preventing the dot balls, the bowlers start trying other things, you know. And when they try other things, those are the times when you get the bad balls to hit away. Kim Gart to bowl her final over, none for 16, I think. Yeah, none for 16 from 3 overs. The right arm seamer. She replaces the leg spinner Wareham. She's going to bowl to Deandra Dutton, who is on 6 from 7. Glasgow is on 4 from 4. I was trying to make the point about Glasgow. I will make it during this over. So it's a standard field with the sweep on the cover boundary. Gart bowls to Dutton, and she steered this away down to backward point for 4. That was a good shot played by Dutton, you know. It was bounce, and she just steered it in the gap between the short third man and the backward point. So it's a standard field, a standard 5-4 field, and she just steered it away. This will give us a better idea. She didn't look to keep it down. She makes sure that she steered it over the backward point. So it's a short third man, the backward point, the sweep on the cover boundary, extra cover, and mid-off. Those are the 5 on the offside. And then on the onside, you have long on, deep mid-wicket, deep backward square leg, and a short fine leg. As that in wind up and swings, and it got the inner portion of the bat and goes down to the field at long on for a single. So they really changed the rules because Bishop didn't win any World Cup, and here he is carrying out the trophy. So they changed the rule. Probably any commentator can carry it out these days. I don't like that though. I think for you to touch the World Cup trophy, you're supposed to have won it. That's my view. And Kim Gart is round the wicket to Glasgow, and Glasgow hit this high in the air. Who wants it? Let's see who seconds on that. Oh, it drops in no man lands. They will come back for 2. Well played, Glasgow. So they are back for 2 there. The score goes up now to 98 for 6. 98 for 6, West Indies. That was swung high in the air. It was a slower delivery, the back of the arm slower delivery. And as Glasgow wind up, She was through the shot too early. It went high in the air. The long off was running back. The fielder at cover was circling, but none of them got there. 98 for 6. So they're making some adjustment in the field here now. So there is the sweeper's gone round to extra cover. She's round the wicket down the leg side, wide signal. So I get it. I'm gonna give you the field on the off. It's the same field with the long on, the deep mid wicket, the deep backward square leg, and the short fine leg. But on the offside now, the sweeper is more round to extra cover. So you have a short third man, a backward point, a cover. Extra cover is a sweeper, and the mid off. So that's the field as Kim Gart, the Australian seamer, right arm seamer. She's round the wicket to the left-handed. Glasgow swings and miss. It goes through to the keeper, and there's no run. But that was in her zone, you know. West Indies 99 for 6. That was in her zone. 8 off this over thus far. 2 deliveries to come. But that's where she likes it. And she probably was too anxious because that's where she really likes it. It was in her zone. But oh, the foot movement was way off. It's in her zone though. She loves it out there. We're gonna watch as Kim Gart is gonna bowl over this last 2 deliveries of over number 18. West Indies 99. So they've switched the deep backward square leg and put her at long off. So there's a long off, extra cover on the boundary. And she hit this away in the gap between long off and extra cover magnificently for 4. That was a good shot. I told you that's where she loves it, you know. So they have the long off on the boundary. They have the extra cover on the boundary. And Glasgow was able to pierce that gap down to the boundary for 4. West Indies 100 is up. 103 for 6. Glasgow is on 10 from 7. Dutton is on 11 from 9. It was a good shot. She loves it there. And the previous one that she missed, I told her that I was surprised because that's where she loves it. And she powerfully, Richie Richards style, a Richie Richards left-hander power there. 103 for 6 after. I'm happy that West Indies have crossed the 100 mark. 103 for 6. 1 delivery to coming over number 18. Glasgow is on 10 from 7. It comes in now to bowl to Glasgow down the leg side. She looks to turn it into the onside. Dotting with all her experience, call her through for the leg by. West Indies goes up by 104 now for 8. So 4 for 20, none for 28 from her 4 over Kim Gart, Glasgow, and Dotting is at the crease 104 for 8. Now, if you follow West Indies cricket, you could see the comparison between Glasgow and Quiana Joseph. Both of them love the delivery outside the off stump that they can free their arm. And teams work that out. But here you see Glasgow playing the ball through the onside. She doesn't have those big shots through the onside, but at least she can hit it through the onside and get the single. After all these years, Quiana Joseph still cannot do that. She's a liability to the team. Molyneux to bowl her last over to Glasgow, and Glasgow, she bowls straight and she swing it down to the field on the long on boundary. They are coming back for 2. Good running by Glasgow. She comes back for 2, 106 for 6. You know, and I must have said this probably 100 times since the match started. There's just so many limitations to Quiana Joseph. Why you have her? Molyneux to Glasgow, gave herself room and slapped it down to mid-off. 1 more, 107 for 6. Because if she's not getting the ball away, she can't tip and run. She can only go for the big hit when she can free her arm because she's limited. And so once a ball close to her and she can't free her arm, she's limited. And so when they tuck her up, wide delivery over the top by Dotton, it bunks away, but the fielder will get there. They'll come back for 2. I don't like that though, and I think she should just allow it to go through and take the wide because it was so wide, but she got 2 from it. So 2 more to the total. Well, you know, you're going to say probably, I don't know. She got 2, so take it. But it would have been a wide. Molyneux to Dutton, and Dutton swings this away down towards deep mid wicket. The field has to come to her left. They stay on 1 this time. Good work. 110 for 6. 110 for 6. We're in over number 19. So 6 out of this over thus far. As Molyneux, Glasgow down the pitch, and she hit it over the top. This is a good shot, but it's straight to the fielder on the long off boundary. I forgot that they have the long off, I forgot to put in the long off for her. That they took the fielder from deep backward square leg and put in the long off. So they have a long off and a deep extra cover on the boundary when she's batting. 7 from the over so far. She comes in, bowls to Dutton, and Dutton ramp this away down to backward of square leg into the boundary for 4. 11 from over number 19. Not bad. Not bad enough. And these are the things that I am very proud of myself for. You recall after 11 overs, I said that West Indies just need to get a runner ball plus 2. We just need 7 and over for the next 5 overs and carry the score to 95. And from over number 17 to over number 20, we try and get 10 runs over, and we'd have gotten a 144. We got 11 out of this over. How many we got out of over number 18? I think 11 too, and I think we got 8 from over number 17. So all in all, we are 30 from 3. So but why we not think the cricket, the IQ part about it. Sutherland to bowl the last over. She bowls to Glasgow, swings this down to the field at deep mid wicket, and they got a singer. I really think we could have got 144. This is going to be very challenging to defend, because the Australian will be quite proficient. They go about it. We'll need quick wicket, and we'll need them quickly. Sutherland bowls to Dutton, who slap this away down to the boundary for 4, wide of long off into the boundary. 4 runs, 120 for 6. West Indies after 19.2. 120 for 6. To see what we are doing now, I'm even more frustrated with Quiana Joseph and the decision to play her. Because is she really upset the apricot in the middle of the batting there now? She really, in those middle overs, she put so much pressure. So much pressure. Sutherland to Dutton, and Dutton ramped this over third man. Shot third man, it bunks away down to the boundary for 4. What a shot by Dutton. How did she play that shot? It was very close to her, and somehow, magically, she ramped it over short third man down to the boundary for 4. What an innings this by Dutton. Real top class. She has come to the party. Wow. She may be injured, but she's toughing it out for the West Indies. Give her the new ball. Maybe it's her day. Give her the damn new ball, Matthews. 9 from this over thus far. 124 for 6. Sutherland is over the wicket, bowls to Dutton, and she slapped this, but straight to extra cover right at the edge of the circle. No run, but she slapped that powerfully to the right or to the left of extra cover. That would have been 4. That was right out of the screw. What did they give her? They need to give her some more. What did they give her when she came off the field? Because she really, really hitting this ball harder than I've seen her for a long, long time. What did they give her? Let's watch now. Bowls, and she swing and miss. Glasgow call her through for the leg by. 10 off this over thus far. So we got the 40 that I predict that I wanted off the last 4. It's just that we never played the middle session right. This total that we are making, the only person to be blamed for it is the coach. He caused the panic in the middle. Glasgow edged the final delivery to the keeper and she's out. So that's the end of the West Indies innings. They will close at 125 for 7. End of the West Indies innings. Runs on the board is runs on the board. They say we'll have to come out and defend this. So just going to run through some of your comments. Yeah. Steve, so there's a problem when West Indies can't find a good player to replace injured players. Nonsense again as usual from Steve Russell. I don't know what he's talking about. GAD said they aren't smart. Yeah, you think that Australia will win over number 13 and you think it's an Australia-England final? That is likely. Not me. The coach said that she's one of the best batters in the world. If you're referring to what I said, you clearly did. Well, I don't know to answer you because I did said something about Glasgow and Quiana Joseph, but you couldn't. If you are referring to what I'm saying, that I would suggest that you go and check your. Well, I don't know if you're referring to me. You're probably just making a general comment because it couldn't be what I said about that statement that you are making. It couldn't be as a result of what I said about Glasgow and Quiana Joseph. So you couldn't be referring to me. So CW, I need to employ you to do the cricket. Well, I listened to some misfits during the test match. They were simple, atrocious, said Gary Stroud. Thank you. They won't employ me though. I will. Yeah. I'm glad she's injured. She's injured. She was injured. They had to take her off the field. Mano Park Lona, who is always a pessimist, saying that West Indies did not have a batting plan. Yeah, I think we're 40 runs, at least 40 runs. For me, I think that we needed to make 190. So I would say that we are 65 runs short, and that was on Athena with his optimism. So we're going to have a Shamar Joseph special. Let's definitely hope so. So I will be back with you for the start of the Australia innings. In the meantime, I'm going to get something to eat and have some refreshment. And let me play some of my favorite music now. Oh, I always love this one to start. Don't me? I gave you my heart. Let's start with this one today. I gave you my heart. I'll see you.
Hey there, what you drinking? 2 shots, let's pour it up. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, and one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. Don't look at the past, no, we're not going that way. Oh, now make it last, make it last to the break of day. No matter what people say, live life in a fast lane. Double shot for the gifted, triple shot for the pain. There you go, drink it up, all this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this live watch along of the Cricket World Cup semifinals between West Indies and Australia. This is the first of two semifinals, and it is the second consecutive semifinals that the West Indies women are reaching. It is something that the men cannot claim. So while we congratulate the West Indies women for reaching the semifinals, we can't be satisfied with just reaching the semifinals. Indeed, it's an achievement. Indeed, it's a feat that they have reached there. So that should get praised, but that can't be the end of the story. We can't be that we have reached the second consecutive T20 cricket semifinals. We need to defend 125 to beat Australia, and we have never defended and beat Australia in a T20 cricket. I wanted to point out something just before we start. Over the weekend, Charlie Davis died, and Cricket West Indies released a statement paying tribute to Charlie Davis. That is good, and they should do it. And that's what they should do. Kemar Roach got 300 wickets in Test cricket, and they printed on a shirt for him, made a shirt for him, and celebrated and release and make a press release also and congratulate him and the works, which is right, which he should do, which should happen. However, no word congratulating the women team on reaching the semifinals came from Cricket West Indies. I don't know if you have seen any on social media. Yesterday they posted out a release, but that is after I sent an email. That is after I sent the email Sunday and said what happened. And so yesterday you see, I think they do a preview. They sent out something like a preview of the semifinals. I don't even think they say congratulations in it. So it's interesting to see how that 600 and odd thousand of the girls, because when you're in the semifinals, you would have won 600 and odd thousand. The second delivery, I could put it up there how much the losing semifinalists won. So Chinelli were about two deliveries so far. The first one was a good delivery which played to mid off, but the second one was wide. And the score is one without loss after one delivery. So the deep fielders are on the third man boundary as Henry comes into Volve, and Volve play this to mid wicket. Good movements there prevent the single. So good to see Dutton on the field. I will try to get at the end of this over, I'll try to get up the 675,000 that the women, the losing semifinalists, will get. Yes, so I think I just needed to point out that not the right thing was to pay tribute to Charlie Davis. That's the right thing to do. Henry bowls to Volve, defense back down the outside of the pitch to the bowler who field, and there's no run. It was also the right thing to congratulate and celebrate the achievement of Kemar Roach. That was also right. But it is unforgivable that up to this time you don't see a statement from Cricket West Indies saying congratulations to the ladies on reaching the semifinals of the World Cup. She hit this away over deep mid wicket for six. It dropped right on the cushion. I think they're gonna check it, but I think it went for six. She just picked it up. It was a good delivery, but she just picked it up and just whipped it high in the air over deep mid wicket for six. The six signal come out, so there's seven without loss. So Henry there just pitching up the ball, and she hit it over deep mid wicket for six. For six, I don't see an email. I don't see anything on social media. So if you see something on social media, point me to it, and I will take it back. If you see something on social media that dated ahead of Sunday, point me to it and take it, and I'll take it back. As I sent an email Sunday evening and said, "Want boss?" You know, this one is played out into the offside. But those are not the words I use, but I definitely point out to them, you know. So, so any of you see something ahead of Sunday evening on social media, boy, I just thought it was disappointed. And that's a separate issue from being comfortable with the girls reaching the semifinals. That's a separate issue. I'm glad that they reach the semifinals, but you want them to reach the finals and you want them to win the tournament. One delivery to going this over from Chinel Henry because she bowled a wide. She have bowled 6 deliveries, but one of them is a wide. Let's see what will happen with the extra delivery. There's a slip in place, which is good. As she comes in, bowls to Mooney, and Mooney tuck this into the onside. They run hard as the ball goes straight to Stephanie Taylor at the edge of the circle. So 9 runs from the first over. In T20 cricket, you will take 9, eh? But it's just that our total is so small that, boy. And this is what happened in the last match against Ireland, you know. The bowlers bowled well for a T20 tournament, but the batting, because we make such a few amount of runs, you know, boy, I'm just trying now to get find that prize money that the girls would win if they come to the World Cup. So Matthews is going to start. I always said that Henry and Matthews should start the attack, but I think they get 600,000. Target is 126. Boy, oh boy. You know, what a miracle this would be, boy. What a miracle if we can win this. What a miracle. And she's very meticulous in the setting of her field. So I can tell you that there's a ring of 4, short third man, backward point, cover, extra cover, long off. There's a mid on, there's a mid wicket, and there's a square leg. The right arm off spinner comes round the wicket, bowls, and there's a good stop there by the field, that backward point. That's Stephanie Taylor putting her body on the line as that ball was steered away into the offside, and Stephanie Taylor diving to her right, making a good stop at backward point. Picked up cleanly and sent the return in. The return was right on top of the bails, but it prevented them from going through for a single. Round the wicket, Matthews short, pulled down to deep mid-wicket. It bunks away out towards the boundary, 4 runs. So that's 4 runs there, as that was short by the West Indies captain and was pulled away down to deep mid-wicket. So they move up now to 13. 13 without loss in over number 2. You know, the way Matthews was hitting the ball today, you know she came to the party, You know she came to the party. I did send an email directly to Shane Dietz and tell him congratulate the girls and tell them that I have confidence that they are going to win this match. So as that one is tucked away off the pad down to fine leg, that's Fletcher that gave chase, and we will see how many they run. 16 without loss. That means they ran 3. As that was 2 straight, and Bet Mooney just tucking it off the pad down towards fine leg. Long chase by Fletcher. She pulled it back well, and she got up and sent the return in, and they ran 3. So 16 without loss. Ran over number 2. West Indies really need to get wickets, and they need them in a hurry. I would give Chinel Henry another over, and then I bowl Matthews or second, but then I'll replace Henry with Alia Alain to bowl over number 5. Matthews now comes in now over the wicket. She bowls to down the leg side to the right-handed Vol, who turn it away down backward of square leg for a single. I think Vol is the number 1 woman T20 batter in the world, right? Banana Brooks, is she 1 or 2? So dismissal of Hayley Matthews. We're going to watch the West Indies captain come around the wicket to Vol. She's in, bowls the ball, short, and ball pulls out into the onside. They'll get a single. The return comes in at the bowler's end. And will they get an overthrow? No. The score goes up by 1 to 18. 5 deliveries gone in the over. So 5 deliveries gone in the over. Just trying to find that prize money or the prize money breakdown. I want to put it on the screen so that everyone can see. At the end of over number 2, Australia 18 without loss. 18 without loss at the end of over number 2. So West Indies really up against it here now. Really up against it. Wow. Can we pull something out of the bag? What do you think? Can we? Let's hope so. I know I'm living in hope more than anything else. Well, I just spare me. I just trying to find the prize money because I'm sure it's about 600,000. Thank everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate you being here. That's the West Indies. Yes, so this, yes, so there I have it on the screen. That's what I was looking for. So that's the prize money. So the semifinalists will get $675,000. $675,000. The semifinalists in the World Cup is getting. So that's a lot of money for the West Indies women. You know, I hope Cedar Bride don't get a cent of that. Give it to the players, man. Give it, all of it should go to the players and the support staff. All of it should go to the players. 21 without loss after 2.3 overs. What do you think? What is I would love to hear your view on it. Should the players and the support staff get absolutely all of that money for reaching the semifinals? The girls deserve it, man. They deserve it. Give it to them. But yes, and that is it, you know. If they had win the final, the money would almost not really. The money, I will look back at it. 21 without loss. We're gonna take this over from Chinel Henry, which I do not have an issue with. She bowling the second over. 3 gone out of the over already. So Vol backed away at the last moment. It's 126 is the target. We need wicket and we need wickets in a hurry. Henry's over the wicket, bowls the ball as she ramps this down to fine leg and she shows how it is done. More control. She just ramped it or scoop it down to fine leg for 4. Just playing the scoop, 25 without loss now. And that's the difference between our team and this team, because these girls practice these shots long and hard. We have it in our head. We practice it at training until we get it right. These girls practice it until they cannot get it wrong, which is a big, big difference. So when we get it right, we say, oh, because our attitude. Hold that, Henry. I just hold that. A class reach here a while ago. We should just scoop it for 4 down to fine leg. Henry's over the wicket. She bowls the ball off the back foot, plays a forcing shot into the covers, and there is no run. 25 without loss. So 7 out of the over. Not going to take any more chance out of the over now. They are ready. Oh, Canberra drop a catch? Canberra did drop a catch. Off Matthews, or was it off Henry? Wow, so Canberra drop a catch. So we have to hold on to those. I never saw that. The replay showed it. So it's a drop a catch off Matthews in the first over. And the West Indies team is very, very animated now. Are they making a change to the field? No, they have a deep backward square leg and a deep mid wicket. So they're carrying the mid on and look straighter to an orthodox mid wicket. So it's a mid wicket cow corner. So you have somebody at mid wicket, and then you have somebody at the boundary at cow corner, and then you have a deep backward square leg. Sorry about that. 25 without loss. They are very meticulous in their field placing. Henry comes in, bowls the ball, hit it down the ground towards long on. Was there a field that long on? I can't remember. My screen froze. It buffers. I do not know. Oh boy, it just buffers. As Australia, it gone. There was no field that long off. We'll wait on the signal, 4 runs. So she pitched up and vaulted into the drive. So this is going to be a cakewalk for Australia, you know, man. This is really going to be a cakewalk. She just pitched up and she was into the drive. That ball was into the slot and she hit it over mid-on down to long off for 4. This is Henry, final over. None for 20 from 1.5. She bowls. Bowler! Bowl down! York! She was yorked her. Brilliant from Chinel Henry. That delivery. Valve gone. Bowled. 29 for 1. She yorked her. Brilliant from Chinel Henry. Brilliant yorker. Do you know, give her another over? That was brilliant. Brilliant delivery. Look. Oh, wonderful yorker. The half stump knocked back. And we need this type of performance from Henry. 29 for 1. Well, 1 wicket down. Do we have 9 more in us? Do the West Indies have 9 more in them? 29 for 1 from 3 overs. Do we have 9 more wickets in us? So tell me, do you think that West Indies, we should give them any of the money? Yeah, well, sorry. Do you think that the girls should take all of the money? Don't beat us. Roll the dice and bring in Ramarak, said Sheldon Smith. That you see, these are the things that Sheldon do. You know, Ramarak is not bowling well. She shouldn't even be in the team ahead of Ashwini Munisar. Any dice to roll, it better you say Affle Fletcher. That would show that you're a West Indies supporters and not your country supporter. All you want is the person from your country to bowl Sheldon Smith. And you come here again with your insularity. Oh, you stay as a Sheldon Smith. You're not a nice person, Sheldon Smith. You're absolutely not a nice person. Because you think that the 11 persons on the West Indies team should be from your country. Ramarak has not been bowling well, and you're coming here talking about give Ramarak the ball. If you're going to give somebody the ball, give it to Fletcher or Ali Lane. Those are the persons who have been taking the wicket, and you're coming here about talking, roll the dice, and give Ramarak. Yeah? You're not a nice person, Sheldon Smith. The West Indies women tend to play more with a cross bat than Australian. Yeah, that is true. That is obvious. Yes. Banana Brooks. Okay, yeah. So Valve, Mooney, Wolvert, yeah, and Matthews are the top 4. Kriana is number 51. Well, our good friend Shane Deed says she's one of the best batters in the world. Look like we're getting dominated in this match. Jamor Small from ICC figures. Yeah. This is the official ICC release. That comes straight from ICC. Is West Indies getting prize money? Yes, it's on the screen. Semifinalists. They are semifinalists. I don't understand that, Pascal Williams. Why shouldn't they get it? It's on the screen there. There's no favoritism. It's on the screen there. Let me go back to the cricket. I hope that by the time I go. Wow. You know, I took my eye off the cricket, but then as I look back on the cricket and and see Bet Mooney driving Matthews through the cup. Oh, Ramarak. And this is what I'm saying. I don't know if Hayley Matthews was listening to Sheldon, but Ramarak has not been bowling well. Her first 2 deliveries gone. From her first 3 deliveries, 2 gone for 4. 37 for 1. Why you give Ramarak the ball ahead of Alia Alain or Affle Fletcher, or why you didn't bowl a second over? It's behind me. It's beyond me. Ramarak round the wicket, tucked away down to short, fine leg. We'll wait and see if it's leg by or it's a singer. Waiting on the signal. 38 for 1, Australia. A singer it was. It came off the bat. You know, this, for persons who are following the cricket, try and assist me here. Why would Hayley Matthews go to Ramarak when She's the worst bowler for the West Indies in this World Cup. She has been the worst bowler for the West Indies. And you go to Ramarak in the fourth over. Why you ignore Alia Lane? Why you didn't bowl yourself another over? If you're taking off yourself, go to Lane or go to Fletcher. She's off the back foot and she strokes that out into the offside. I don't know. She probably would have was listening to Sheldon, or Sheldon's screen is Sheldon somehow knows that Ramarak was going to bowl and he behave like him know the cricket. Whipped away down back with a square leg. I hope somebody is there. Yes, that's Fletcher coming off the boundary and sends the return in. So 10 runs from Ramarak over. 10 runs. You know, she has been our worst bowler in the World Cup. Why do you bowl her? I don't know. Only Sheldon know. Sheldon, that's where I'm different from you. I change as the facts change. 1 year ago, I rated her as the best bowler in the World Cup. She's not as the best off spinner in the world. She's not bowling at that level now. So I am not like you. I am a human being with a highly developed throw brain. So my brain is not fixed like your Sheldon in one spot. So although a year ago I rated her as the best off spinner in the world, she has not been bowling well this year. So what should I do? Continue to rate her as the best off spinner in the world? No. If that's all, if that's your standard, that is not my standard. You rubbish, absolute rubbish from Sheldon. What a man, a rubbish man. What a bag of foolishness. Matthews back into the attack, bowls that's eased away down towards the cover boundary for a single, one more to the South African total. So Matthews is on 9 wickets. So Litchfield is on 2. Mooney is on 21. You know, yeah. I told her that Sheldon. Oh boy. He's such rubbish. He's set in stone, so he doesn't change with the facts. Matthews bowls to Mooney, who uses her feet and stroke this wide of the field at mid-off, who's Henry, who moves to her right, 41 for 1. The decision of Matthews is not, I don't know, because Henry got a wicket with her last delivery, so why take her off? Her very last delivery, she got a wicket from. See if she can get another one now. See if she can get another one, man. You bowl Ramarak, who is having the worst tournament of her life, and she has been of the 6 bowlers that West Indies have been using consistently. Well, Kriana Joseph, if you put Kriana Joseph and said the 7th. So let's say the 6 that they have been using consistently. You know. A loud appeal. This is very loud appeal, not outside the umpire. I think it's missing, or they're reviewing it. So West Indies reviewing it. Hayley Matthews, did she just review it out of hope or more out of realistically? Yeah. So you understand the mindset of somebody like Sheldon, who his position doesn't change with the facts. He just have a position, and he see, this looked tighter than I thought. That hit in line, that hit her in line. And I don't think it going over. It doesn't touch the gloves. There's gap between gloves that gone past the gloves. It looked tighter than I thought, So West Indies maybe picking up their 2nd wicket here. Wow, 43 for 1. Matthews did say that this team is better than the 2016 team. No bat involved. No bat involved. That gone past the bat by a mile, man. No bat involved. That gone. No bat involved. That hit in line. Yes, it's closer than I thought. Out. Well done, Matthews. Good review. Good review. I never realized that it was so close. She went for the reverse sweep, Litchfield, and this is a big wicket, you know. Phoebe Litchfield is one of the best young batters in the world. To get Phoebe Litchfield and to get Vol, there are two big breakthrough, but no, you're going to have to deal with Alice Perry. What this Australia batting lineup, boy, is big, you know. This and Bet Mooney is still there, and then Elise Perry. This is a big batting lineup. So well done, Hayley Matthews. For a moment there, I thought that boy, it was just reviewing. Oh, but as you saw the first front on, you realize that boy, you know, it, it, it's it's more adjacent than your first start. So Ashton Landon has said West Indies can still win this game. Just need some quick wickets. Yeah, yeah. That's all there. That's all there is to it, man. We just need to get some wickets. Need to get 8 more and we win them. 8 more. Once we get 8 more, we win this, man. I have no doubt about that. If we get 8 more wickets, we win. Definitely. Build the team around Claxton and Glasgow's. Zadia can't make my team unless she starts back up the order. Okay. We are in losing situation, so you roll the dice and no, but all right, roll the dice, but you have to roll the dice logically. You have to roll the dice logically. You only identify Ramarat because she's from your country, and you just think only persons from your country can play cricket. That's all you think. You think that the West Indies team should be made up of 11 persons from your country. All right. So West Indies there picking up their second wicket. Australia 44 for 2, 1 delivered to come in this over. I'll do this over and then I'll do the next one, and then it will be the strategic timeout. And so I will take your comments after over number 6. So Matthews round the wicket now. She bowls to Mooney, and Mooney's forward, played into the onside, and she goes through for a single end of the over. I bet you it's Ali Ali in our bowl now. I bet you any money say Ali Ali in our bowl. Why? Why Ali Ali in our bowl? Because Matthews got a wicket. So Matthews got a wicket and she gone to 10. Ali Alien is an 8. So even if Alien get a wicket in this over, you know, she still can't pass Matthews. Hopefully Alien get 3 and pass her. If Alien get a hat-trick in this over, she not getting back the ball. You know? Okay. If you bet me if you think I lie, me I tell. If Ali Alien get a hat-trick in this over and go to 11 wickets, she doesn't get back the ball for the rest of the innings. Because who dare her to get more wicket than Matthews? You think I lie, me I tell? Well, she does. Strange decisions. Claxton is the one who's coming into the attack. Oh, wow. Can you believe this? Is Matthews sick in her head or something? Claxton comes in, bowls, stroked away through the offside down to the boundary for 4. 49 for 2. Oh, how can it be explained why Ali Ali and have not bowled in the power play here? It's buffering. It's buffering. Can Banana Brooks, those of you guys are rational. Can you explain to me why? Is this the first time Claxton is bowling in the World Cup, or I think the second time? I think she probably bowled in the first match. $49 for 2 Australia. It's buffering unless she's injured or something, or she's not on the field. But how is it that Claxton is bowling ahead of Ali Ali? I think Ali Ali can't be on the field. Shot, pulled away, over the top. It's running out towards the mid-wicket boundary. Chinel Henry give chase, and she just guided it into the boundary. She wasn't going to dive. She wasn't going to slide. 53 now for 2. So it was back of a length and it was pulled over long on for over mid on and bunks away into the long on bunch of a 4. Back of a length, Bet Moon deep in her crease and hit it away. I don't think Ali Lane is on the field. It can't be. The decision to bowl Claxton ahead of Alain is shocking. The decision to bowl Ramarak ahead of Alain is shocking. And now to bowl, as that one is played, to Stephanie Taylor. I'm not seeing Alain on the field, so maybe that's the decision. To bowl Claxton ahead of Fletcher. I don't understand. I don't understand. The deep point and the deep backward square leg are the fielders out. So as usual, let's watch now as 53 for 2. Claxton to Mooney, and Mooney play this away down to third man for 4 more. 14, 12 out of the over so far. I don't understand this decision. Claxton have not bowled. I'm just rocking my brain here. I know that, you know, persons can get on their computer and type it in the screen and behave like they are genius and that they know everything, you know. I'm just trying to rock in my head here. I've Claxton bowl since the first match, and this in a big semi-final when you're defending 121. That's Alain. That's his Alain. So Alain is on the field. How do you rationalize this? Please tell me. How do you rationalize this? How do you rationalize Claxton and Ramarak bowling ahead of Fletcher and Ali Alain? How do you rationalize when Henry produce a Yorker with the last ball of her second over to get a wicket and you take the ball from her? Back of a length, she cuts this down to third man. 18 runs from the over. 18 runs from the over. 62 for 2. The decision to bowl Claxton is shocking. I am now convinced that it's the drinks break or the strategic timeout. I am now convinced that the captaincy of the West Indies team should be taken from Hayley Matthews. Somebody else has the captain. It's hard. It's a hard decision because Hayley Matthews might resign if the captaincy is taken away from her, and she's our best player. So, and you don't want that. But she's just not a good captain. Every penny, when you say every penny, I don't know. Every penny should go to the board, or every penny should go to the players. Thank you, Verdi Fiver. Yeah, she wasted too many deliveries. Of course, fully agree with you. Why bowl Claxton? Haven't bowled much in the World Cup. Jamor Sumal is shocking. First time Claxton has bowled in this World Cup, said Banana Brooks. And you are defending 125. And a person who have gotten 8 wickets in the World Cup so far, you haven't bowled her. I really want to see what Shane Dietz is going to say. And Chinel Henry, York Vol with the last delivery for a second over. Oh, me know a cricket player that you give back? You give back Henry the next over? I saw me know the cricket player now. Especially you defend 125. I saw me know the cricket player, but I don't know. It looked like, you remember the comment from Joel Andrew that say we play too much book cricket? Yeah, in the World Cup, in the Under-19 World Cup, and he was criticizing his own captain. We can understand that. Because Joel Andrew believed that he should have been the captain, and rightly so. I think that he should have been the captain, and so, you know, he was saying that, boy, West Indies, was playing too much book cricket at the Under 19 World Cup. And this is what is happening here. We are playing book cricket. You know, it's like that's how we set it out to go. So Chinel Henry is going to bowl 2 overs. And so even if she got a wicket off the last ball, she doesn't bowl the 5th over. Although she got a wicket off the last delivery of the 3rd over, she doesn't get to bowl the 5th over because what? Or them write it down at 2 overs she forget. The cricket don't play so man. Well, so after 7 overs, Elaine is going to come into the attack now. So you try of the worst bowler, Ramarak, our worst bowler in this tournament. And then you try Claxton, who have not bowled in the tournament thus far, as Banana Brooks pointed out. Thank you very much, Banana Brooks. I thought that she had bowled in the first match, but thank you for pointing that out. And so this lady who has gotten 8 wickets in the tournament thus far, you try all of those bowlers before you come to her. And now, what do you expect her to work? The batters are well set. What do you expect her to do? Let's see. I hope she can pull something out of the hat. Elaine comes in, bowls to Perry, and Perry cuts this to backward point, and there is no run. Stephanie Taylor field. That was straight to her. That was back of a length. 8 wickets. And see, they're showing her wickets there. She has been bowling straight at the stump. Yes, you know, straight at the stump. Very straight. She have gotten 8 wickets. So 6 of the wickets that she gotten, the ball would have hit the stump, eh? Elaine comes in, bowls straight again, cuts, cannot beat Stephanie Taylor at backward point. She allows it to ricochet from her, but they didn't go through for the singer. So is the scoop coming out from Perry now? They are 63 for 2. We could get the scoop come out from her. Elaine need to be tighter to the stump here now. 63 for 2. 6.2 overs have been bowled. Runs required, less than the number of balls. She moves in now. Past the umpire and bowls outside the half stump, and this one is played to the fielder at cover. That's Quiana Joseph. Slow delivery. So Perry was through the shot even before the delivery reached her. Although I don't think that she landed it where she wanted to land it, but it was a slower delivery. That was 94 kilometers per hour. She generally bowl about 1718. There are occasions where she will go up to 110, but that was definitely a slower delivery. Elaine comes in and she turned this to mid wicket, cannot score. So 4 that delivers out of the over thus far. Perry is on 1, Mooney is on 41 from 19. You know, they're just not going to let her just bowl out a maiden like that. So the release shot is coming. So this is interesting. Let's see what happens now. This release shot will be very, very interesting. They're thinking about it. She needs to be tight onto the stump. Don't give them anything to drive or cut. 63 for 2. Elaine, she's over the wicket. She bowls to Perry. Good delivery. She swing and miss, and it goes through to the keeper. And there is no run. So 5 deliveries here. Close this out good now, Elaine. She just need to close this out well. 63 for 2. But the release shot is coming. I'm telling you that the release shot is coming. That helmet being worn by Perry, you can see it has done its time. It has burned out a lot. You can see how it has spent a lot of time in the sun. Here's Elaine. She comes in now, bowls to Perry. She's in, bowls to Perry, and Perry drop. Oh, she dropped the ball and caught. And she drove it powerfully back to Elaine, and Elaine floored the ball and caught. 1 run from the over nonetheless, 64 for 2. That's a good over by Elaine. It was driven back to her. It was hit hard back to her. Let's see. Oh, no, it didn't carry to her. On the bunks. So 64 for 2. What does that mean here now? Who's coming off? Is this an Australia batter that is coming off? Is she injured or something? Is Bet Mooney? No, it's Perry. Is Perry coming off? What happened to her? So Perry's coming off. She retired. She drove back that ball powerfully to a lane and she's off. So Gardner's coming 64 for 2, but Perry retired not out. I would like to think that she retired not out. Interesting. So Ashley Gardner is a new batter. Fletcher is going to come into the attack. Those 2 overs from Ramarak and Claxton, unbelievable. Unbelievable. You have to bowl Fletcher. Let them hit 20 off Fletcher. Let them hit 25 off Alain. Let them hit 20 off you as a captain. Let them hit 20 off Henry. But you can't bowl Ramarak. And you can't bowl Claxton. Fletcher, as the leg break turns across the right-hander Gardner. She heaves it down towards long off. Henry moves to her left. And she was so slow that they came back for 2. The score goes up by 2. 66 now for 2 West Australia in over number 8. So after 7.1 Australia, 66 for 2. We're going to watch now what happened to... So there's a change in the field here as Quiana Joseph is going to extra cover. There's a long off on the boundary. There's a long on the boundary. There's a deep mid-wicket on the boundary. So we have a short third man and a backward point, a cover, extra cover in Quiana Joseph, and there's a long off. And so it's a standard field as Fletcher bowls driven back to Fletcher. And that ball goes down to long off for a single as it passed her and goes down to long off for a single. Australia goes up by 1 to 67. So she just ran there and she flexed that foot and apparently she didn't say anything to Hayley Matthews. She didn't say anything to Hayley Matthews. So Hayley Matthews can... I would have loved Hayley Matthews to go to the umpire and ask the umpire what happened. Because she just cannot walk back on the field like that without the consent of the West Indies captain. She just walked off. Fletcher bowls down the leg side. Good take by the wicketkeeper Campbell, but wide with the signal. The score goes up by 1 to 68 for 2. She just cannot walk off the field like that and expect to walk back on. If Australia 9 wicket down, worked away by Mooney down to deep mid-wicket, work for the fielders down there. Dottin is there. She picks it up, sends the return in. They will come back for 2. So 2 more to the total. Australia goes up to 70. So interesting position there by Campbell. Here is Fletcher. She comes in, bowls, swept to Quiana Joseph at short fine leg, straight to her, but they still run a single. The ball swept straight to Quiana Joseph at short fine leg. She's not on the edge of the circle. Look there, straight to her, and they run a single. See there? And she's probably 5 yards in from the edge of the circle, and they still run a single, and it went straight to her. Can you believe that? Wow, Fletcher to bowl to Gardner. She comes in now, bowls to Gardner. She's over the wicket, bowls to Gardner, and Gardner is deep in her crease and work this down towards mid-wicket, and they will stay on 1 as Claxton on the return coming off the boundary. So 1 more to the Australian. Banana Brooks, or anyone who can tell me what are they say happening to Elise Perry? Because I believe that Matthews should have gone over to the umpire and asked what happened there. You know. So I really think that he should have asked. As Fletcher comes in, bowls that turn away through square leg for another single. So 1 more to the total. 73 now for 2. So Gardner is on 4, end of the over, 73 for 2. Yes, I really think that they should have really gone to Matthews should have gone over to the umpires and asked them what happened there. With simple, don't understand. She just walk off the field like that. She said something to the umpire. I guess she said she's coming off. And I think Matthews should have gone and asked her what happened. Asked the umpire what happened there. These low scores can't win games. West Indies ladies, you all got to be better in the first 6 overs. Now you're all struggling to struggling. The captain is a class player, but a terrible captain. Yes, I agree with you, Fleming. She is. No speculation and TV comments about Perry. All right, thank you, Banana Brooks. From the moment Joseph was penciled in the team, I know it was a losing proposition, said Ben Jamie. All right. She didn't cover herself in glory today. You know that there's something about Joseph that is similar to Jeremiah Rodriguez from India. One innings keep them. Elaine is over the wicket to bowl to Mooney. She's in. Mooney tried to give herself room, and then Elaine followed her and she pulled it towards the edge of the circle at mid-wicket. Good work from the keeper from behind the stump. Got there and limit them to 1. The score goes up by 1. 74 for 2. We're at over number 9. This is Ali Alain's second over. She has bowled 1.2 over thus far, none for 2. She's going to bowl to the dangerous Ashley Gardner, who these days she's taking a little time. Manny Mangu is on the field. She's taking her own time. We're going to watch now. 74 for 2. But she's capable of just hopping the tempo. Alain comes in over the wicket, bowls to Gardner, and Gardner plays this away down towards the backward point here of 4 runs. So it was short outside the half stump, and she just cuts it away down to backward point for 4. Too much room there, Alia Lane. She was wide off the half stump. She needs to be tighter on the stump. Can't give these players room. This is not players in the Caribbean, and cuts away down backward of point for 4. You know, the Olympics, the qualification for the Olympics is out, and it's absolutely, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Let's take this delivery from Alain. She comes in now, bowls to Ashley Gardner, better, drives to mid-off, good stop. They'll go for a singer. Mid-off had to move to her left, but she stopped it. It pitched up, and Glasgow moving smartly to her left, stopped it. She had picked up cleanly, but she prevented from passing them, and once she prevented it from passing them, they only got a single. So 47 runs needed from 68, 79 for 2. So for the World Cup qualifiers, and let's watch this now. Over the wicket, bowls to Mooney, and Mooney drives, cannot beat backward point as the ball peeled off and goes to Ramarak at backward point. 1 deliver to come in this over. She giving herself room, but Alain was tight there and bowling well. So they said that based on this World Cup, right? 4 teams qualify from this World Cup. That's what they said, 4 teams qualified from this World Cup. I'm going to tell you what the 4 teams. Over the wicket, come Alain, bowls to Mooney, down the leg side, bad delivery. Oh, she spoiled her spell, eh? She spoiled her spell. Well, wide, so she'll have to bowl that over. So 1 wide as Mooney moving around the crease and tricked her there, because what happened, she thought that Mooney was going to go leg side, but Mooney come offside, and as a result, it went for a wide. So cat and mouse here. Cat and mouse cricket. Cat and mouse cricket here, So she was trying to outthink the batter, and she fired down the leg side because the batter was always giving herself room. Here's Alain, come bowl to Gardner, good delivery, driven to mid-off. There's no run. So 2 overs for 9 runs. Well bowl again, young lady. 2 overs for 9 runs. And why does she has to wait till over number 7 to bowl? Because Hayley Matthews don't want her to get more wicket than her. So yes, so the report comes out from ICC, and they said based on the World Cup, this World Cup, the top 4 teams qualified, but West Indies is not in the top 4 because West Indies is not a member of the IOC. That's what they said. But hear this now: England qualified, but is the ECB a member of the IOC? Eh? Because it's the England and Wales Cricket Board. So England and Wales Cricket Board is a member of the IOC. You know, so there's one rule for England. Banana Brooks, help me out here. Down the leg side from Fletcher, it goes to Quiana Joseph, and they go through for a single. She's a one-run boundary, white signal. So England qualify, and as a result of England qualifying, then Scotland and Wales also qualified because England will now be the United Kingdom because they are Great Britain. Great Britain, I think they registered with the IOC as Great Britain. You know, I don't know. It's just so complex. I think that it's all in an effort to make sure that India is there. So they put some wording together to get out the West Indies. You'd have to read the report yourself and the press release yourself and see if you understand it. Because maybe what I should have done is to download the press release. Fletcher bowls to Gardner down the pitch and hit it for 6 dead straight over her head. The score goes up by 6 to 89 for 2. 89 for 2 after 9.2 overs. You know, so I don't know what is happening. Maybe I should put up the maybe I should put up the report, and I should have want to be able to put it up now. I would have been able to probably put it up before, but not now. Yeah, I could probably share the screen, right? I would need to find it. Which one of the email? Let's see now. So I'm trying to find that release from talking about the World Cup. Yeah, here it is. So I'm gonna put I'm going. No, I guess it gets a bit too complicated, you know, because it's complicated to me. So worse, like someone I call Sheldon Simmet, it would be confusing. If I find it complicated, Sheldon Simmet will find it confusing. Fletcher bowls to Gardner up and over, down towards the cover boundary for 4 more. She's just toying with them now. She has pressed gas. 19 for 9. Somebody had said West Indies were 40 runs short, and I was saying 65 runs. So here you see it now. This could be the last World Cup for Stephanie Taylor. Matthews is biting her nail, but it's her fault. Her fault. Even if you play Quiana Joseph and ask her to open the winning inning, say that you do that. My God, man. After she did 8 from 18 deliveries, you need to ask her to retire out. Fletcher bowls to Gardner, and she slapped it down to long off for a single. Carry the score up to 94 for 2 after 9.4 overs. Yes, because the dismissal of Hayley Matthews was down to Quiana Joseph out Hayley Matthews, you know. And those 4 wickets that we lose back at one another, it's just because the pressure that Quiana Joseph, as this is turning to the onside by Mooney, and they touchdown for 1, they're going to come back for 2, cannot stop the 2. So if you think the England thing was controversial, listen to this now. So West Indies, having finished at the semi-final of this tournament, can't automatically qualify for the Olympics, right? But hear this now. If at the cutoff date, I think it's March next year, But I think the cutoff date is March next year. So here's more foolishness now. Look, the cutoff, which, according to the existing approval per FTC structure, the sixth and final places in both men and women will be determined through the new ICC Olympic qualifiers, which will take place in 2027. Is it the 31st of December or so on? I think it's the 31st of December, yeah. The 31st. So hear this now. Here where I am confused here now, because I know I'm probably confusing you too, because this is where I am confused. So West 97 for 2, Matthews is coming back into the attack. She's round the wicket, balls to the left, and then Mooney, who played it to backward point. Taylor picks up, and there is no run. So West Indies is finished in the top 4 of the World Cup, but they can't qualify because the West Indies is not an IOC member, right? So they can't qualify. But hear this now. If West Indies is in the top 6 at the cutoff time, of the cutoff date, because it would be 16 playing in the world in the Olympic. If West Indies is in the top 8, is it top 8? I think in the top 8 at the time of the cutoff time, they will now be allowed to have a Caribbean qualifier. And the winner of that qualifier will now take part in the qualifier, the worldwide qualifier for the Olympic. So yes, West Indies, a team for the West Indies cannot qualify directly, because the point I'm getting at is that West Indies finished 4th in the World Cup. So therefore, West Indies finished in the top 4 because we're playing the World Cup. No, we're in the semifinal, so we're in the top 4. Therefore, there should be a Caribbean qualifier. And the team that win that Caribbean qualifier should go to the World Cup. So if you finish in the top 4, you don't get that luxury. You don't get that luxury, you know. But you can now have a West Indies qualifier and that team go play in the qualifier. Absolutely rubbish. I probably confuse all of you because the thing is just confusing. 102 for 2. At a later date, I will put the full. I'm gonna put the full text on the home page in the post, and the post on the home page. So look out for the post on the home page, and you will see the full text. And if you understand it, you can tell me. Not for you, Sheldon. You won't understand that. Matthews is around the wicket. She bowls to Mooney, and Mooney just tip and run as she plays it out into the offside. One more to the total. 104 now for 2 with 1 delivery to go in over number 11. Australia need 22 runs to win from 55 deliveries. Here is Gardner is on strike now. 21 from 11. Hayley Matthews, the final delivery for her 3rd over. She's round the wicket. No, over the wicket to the right-handed Australian. She's in, bowl short, bowls a bouncer. Quiana Joseph lie down and stop that one, and they go through for a single. 105 for 2 at the end of over number 11. 105 for 2 at the end of over 11. For years now, members of the public calling for Shane Deeds to be fired. Yes. Only recognized National Olympic Committee. I understand that, such as Brittany. I understand that, Banana Brooks, and I made that point. But England, the ECB is not a recognized Olympic Committee member. The ECB, which England is playing in this tournament as, the ECB is a member of the ICC. The ECB is not a member of the IOC. So all England get automatic qualification and the West Indies doesn't get it. That's the point I'm asking. So that's what I want to understand. Yes. Thank you, Percy. Yes, the ECB is not a member. So why do they get qualification? Why do they get automatic qualification and the West Indies doesn't get it? I don't understand. That's swept away down backward of square leg for a singer. as Ramara comes back into the attack. So that's the point I'm asking a Banana Brook. The ECB is not a member of the IOC, just like the West Indies, not a member of the IOC. Great Britain is a member of the IOC. So I don't understand that. But as I say, it's just some wording to keep the West Indies out and to ensure that India gets in, because India did not finish in the semifinals. India did not finish in the top 4. Just like this match. This match is being played now. Like tomorrow, semifinals will start at 12:30 Jamaica time, which is 8:30 in England. So it will start night, and that's why the stands are so empty, because people gonna work. It's a work day, and you play the match in the middle of the day, start at 2:30. Who's gonna come out and watch it? If this match was start at night, the stands would be full. If this match had started at 6:30, people would have leave work and come and watch this match, right? No, but they choose to start it at 2:30 in England. Why they started at 2:30? So 2:30 in England is 7 p.m. in India, prime time. They set up the fixture because they think that India was going to qualify for the semifinals, and this match start that early because, and it's the same thing with the World Cup. The same thing with the Olympics. They just find a way to get India in the top 4. Who suffer from it? We, the West Indians. That the ECB is not an IOC member. West Indies is not an IOC member. Yet still, the ECB England get to go, but West Indies don't get to go. West Indies finish in the top 4. They should say, all right, West Indies, you go. Have your Caribbean playoff and the winner go. That's what should have been. That's what it should have been. Why, oh boy. 110 for 2. They just need 16 now. Ramarat bowls to Mooney, and Mooney plays this down to long on, and they will come back for 2. No, they thought about it, but then Glasgow closed it down, and they stay on 1. 111 for 2. And the thing about it, when the team that wins the Caribbean playoff, which will more likely than not be Barbados. Barbados are going to struggle to beat teams like New Zealand and all of them teams there. Turn away short, the fine leg return comes in. It's wild. They go through for 1 more. 112 for 2. Yeah, New Zealand. I have been watching some cricket from Japan, some women cricket. And no Caribbean team. If Japan I play against Jamaica, I couldn't bet on Jamaica. While I want Jamaica to win, I couldn't bet on Jamaica. Yeah. That's the standard of cricket that I see in Japan, the women playing. Yeah. And none of them are overweight. Them fit like figure. And them techniques good. I don't think they're good enough to beat the West Indies. But I don't think there's any Caribbean nation by themselves is able to challenge Japan right now, the women team. Yeah. I'm very 112 for 2. Over number 13 is about to start. They need 14 runs. Who's going to bowl this over? Ali Alain comes in bowls off the back foot. She plays it down to the field and the cover boundary. And there is a single. You see that when the match is finishing, that's the time Matthews throw the ball to Alain when West Indies have no chance. Yeah. Your time now, Alain. The winning runs need to be hit off you. You need to look bad. I did a show about it, and I have Hartley Reid on the show, and Hartley Reid agree with me. So there's something. Matthews doesn't like Elaine. It's straightforward. Everybody can see that now. It's just simple, straightforward. She doesn't like the girl. Here is Elaine over the wicket now. The ball to the left-handed Mooney, and Mooney looked to turn that into the onside. It comes off her pad. They gone for one. Did they come back for two? No. Fletcher closed it down. I'm almost sure this is a leg by, as she was looking to give herself room again. The cat and mouse game between Elaine and Mooney continues. So that was leg by. Gardner comes in to strike now, and Gardner is a different kicker fish, because after that game against India, she seemed now to have found her rhythm. Another half century for Bet Mooney. Here's Elaine, comes in now, bowls to Gardner, and Elaine said to Mooney, stay in your crease. Stay in your crease. Stay in your crease. She should have run her out, I'm very disappointed that she did not run her out. I'm very disappointed. Very. I don't play those type of cricket. Because if you leave your crease and backing up too far, you're a cheat. You're an absolute cheat. You're cheating. So I should run you out. Yeah, you're cheating. Stay in your crease. Elaine bowls, full toss, taken on the pad as she looks to pull. It goes down to short, fine leg. They're gone for one. They will come back for two. We'll wait and see if it's pure pad or there was a bottom edge onto it. The score goes up by two, though, nonetheless. It goes up now to 116 for two, 10 needed from 45 deliveries. So it was a full toss. Oh boy, I told you that we needed to get 190, and Matthews is disconsolate, but I think I got Elaine Bowles. What a shot by Gardner! Oh, she just came forward and just pressed it high in the air over mid-off as she over pitched, and it went for four. Go home. Shane Leeds need to go home now. He needs to book a flight to He needs to book a flight to Australia. That was a half volley, and she just hit it over the top. One bounce into the boundary for four. No, just elder shape. I hope the West Indies batters are looking how she just elder shape there. There's no massive swing from the hip. And that's what you want the West Indies batters to do. Elaine comes in, bowls to Gardner, down the ground this time. She just chipped it away, down to the fielder at long on, as Elaine continues to bowl full and straight. 7 runs from this. Oh, no ball. No ball. No ball. No ball. No ball. Free hit. Interesting now. This could be hit. They need 4 runs to win. This could be hit now. This could be hit. Wow. Her stump hit. Banana Brooks explain why it was a no ball. It was because her foot hit the stump as Bet Mooney pulls this away down to Stephanie Taylor and the deep mid-wicket boundary, and they get one. Well, for me, it is quite legitimate to deliver from behind the crease. It's probably because her foot hit the stump. Yeah. Well, I don't know why that was called no ball. This is something that I've never experienced before, because to the best of my knowledge, they are 123. They are 1 hit away. Gardner is one to end it with a 6. Elaine comes in now, bowls to Ashley Gardner. She bowls and she whipped it away down back with a square leg. That's it. Australia won. Australia have won and have gone through to the final. Somebody did say that they were going to win in the 13th over. Who was it that said it? I'm sure I saw the comment where somebody said that Australia was going to win it in the 13th over, and that person was right. Yeah. Jolly Brown, yes, it was a poor performance. If West Indies was in the other group, we would not have been in the semis today. Ralph Narayan, I don't entertain those pessimism, because we reached the semifinals and you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. In the last World Cup, we reached the semifinals when everybody said we could not beat England. And we beat England and reached the semifinals. What are you doing, Wafi? Good to see you here. Good to see you. should be proud of the girls. They played way better than the boys. Oh yes, thank you, Waffle. We have said that. We are proud of them and very proud of their performance. Congratulations for reaching the semifinals, but we are disappointed that they lost today because you can never be, once you're satisfied, you are defeated. So we cannot be satisfied with the fact that they reached the semifinals. We are glad that they reached the semifinals, proud that they reached the semifinals. Congratulations to them. They have won over $675,000 there, as you see on the screen. And they have been doing better than the boys, as you said. The girls have reached 4 World Cup semifinals since 2016. The men have not done that. So congratulations to them. I thought that thing was going to open because Joseph had done nothing, said, you know. Well, that thing could not open. I think by the time the West Indies team to take the field to bat, that thing was in the hospital at that time. So it was a tremendous effort on the part of that thing to come and at least let us made 125 because she batted very well. And so that Ralph Narayan, those pessimism, man, we can't do that, man. We need to congratulate the girls for where they reach. I know you are disappointed that we don't qualify for the finals. I am too, but we cannot take the fact away from them that they reach the semifinals and they must be congratulated. Just ask India, you know, or New Zealand, or so on. We beat the defending champion, you know. We beat the defending champion. You should not forget that. The defending champion, we beat them. That's why we reached the semifinals. And nobody expects us to beat New Zealand. So it's not a case like we just walk into the semifinals. New Zealand beat the West Indies in the semifinals at the last World Cup. And they were the defending champion. And everybody expected then that New Zealand would have beaten the West Indies. I don't think there was many persons betting on West Indies to win that match. So they deserve their place in the semifinals. So don't try and undermine that. What's your name? Narayan, I don't remember your first name. Don't undermine the girls' performance, man. Yes, we're all disappointed. We're all disappointed. But boy, we should not undermine that. Why couldn't the West Indies team go? Because these players are belonging to IOC. So why couldn't... No, the West Indies is not a member of the IOC. What I'm saying that because West Indies is in the top 4, then that spot should go to a team from in the West Indies. So let them have a West Indies qualifier and the team that wins, you know. So it is clear you have to be an IOC member. But I don't understand what happened with the ECB because they are not an IOC member. Yes, the rule was changed after Stephen Finn kept knocking the stumps with his fingers, and the big South African captain said it put him off. Oh, Graham Smith. Okay, so the no ball was not because she delivered from behind the crease, because I know that is good, that is legitimate, but it's because she knocked down the stump with her follow through. I said, okay. All right, God Ains, you predicted well and your comments have come true. All right, but nobody ever questioned what you said, you know, and we always said it. And when you use the word smart cricket, I always said low IQ, you know. It's the same thing it means, you know, God Ains. When I say that they have a low cricket IQ, it's the same thing as saying that they don't play cricket smart, eh? Yes. What next for Stephanie? Good question, because she wanted to retire and they asked her to stay around for the World Cup. 35, I said, who would I blame for the defeat? All right, let's put it this way. Australia was always overwhelming favorite to win this match. Overwhelming favorite. There are many West Indian fans did not expect West Indies to win. If you are to ask me if I would bet on West Indies to win this match, I would not have betted on them. Was I open? Was I very optimistic? I was optimistic that we could pull off a miracle. When we lost the toss and was asked to bat first, that optimism diminished a little. but I was still optimistic. The way I saw Hayley Matthews started, and especially the first ball, she drove it so sweetly through the covers for 4, and then later in the over, she pulled one down to deep mid wicket for another 4. I said, this is Hayley Matthews' day. I said, this is Hayley Matthews' day. But then Quiana Joseph starts starver of the strike. Quiana Joseph, who is so limited, and I would have explained how she limited all the while. If she doesn't get some deliveries where she can free her arm and just swing and clear the boundary, she's limited. So when you bowl full and straight to her, that's it. You just bowl full and straight to her. And because she's plus size and she cannot run, she's unable to rotate the strike also, right? So I say all of this to say that by selecting Quiana Joseph, we did not give ourselves the best opportunity to win the match. But Australia was always going to be favorite to win the match, right? They were always going to be favorite. But I did not think we played at our best because Quiana Joseph, because she was so limited at the top of the order, 16 from 22 deliveries. She put pressure on the middle order, which forced the collapse. I have no doubt that Quiana Joseph called Hayley Matthews to out, and after Hayley Matthews out, and then she got out in the next over, and it triggered that collapse. And West Indies did not give themselves the best opportunity. Looking at this, even if we had made 190, we still would have some work to defend it. And then, boy, we have a captain where I don't understand her. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Please congratulate the girls. They reached the semifinals. We are disappointed that they did not go through the final. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. I'll be back tomorrow or Thursday, more likely tomorrow, to talk about the West Indies test team for the second test match. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Bye for now.